red, blue, purple light. Friends, red, blue, purple light. Friends, facts, red, blue, purple light. Friends, red and blue, purple light. Friends, facts, you can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious, Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road, you better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah, we gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts, we in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts, peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light. To the family. Peace, love and light. To the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
Peace to the family, peace to the family, peace to you and yours, peace to you and yours. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Filthy Fridays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar. Soon to be joined by my guest, my co-host, Brother Blue Pillar. All right. So let's get into it. Let me know how we are doing on the microphone. Let me know how we're doing on the sounds of the microphone, please. Let me know. Let me know. All right. Let me go ahead and bring my co-host on the call. All right. We good? Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Without any further ado, I bring to you our brother, your brother, none other than Blue Pillar 44. Peace.
Peace to the family. Peace, love, and light.
Peace to the family. Peace, love, and light. What's good with you?
How are you, my brother?
All is well. All is well. How are you?
I'm amazing.
Indeed.
Better
Yeah, that's better. That's way better. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that song that you just heard on the intro, all right, if this is your first time hearing that, that is the Facts remix. All right. The Facts remix done by the 44 Tops. Okay. The 44 Tops presents to you the Facts remix. And yeah. Look forward to that EP and that album coming out with more cuts like that. What we call Cosmic Soul. All right, that Cosmic Soul. So shout out to them. All right. So let's go ahead and do the roll call. Let's see who's in the building. Let's tap in with the family, and then let's get into this conversation tonight. There's a lot to talk about on this Filthy Friday. All right. Can you do a little bit of the roll calls? Can you start it off, and then I'll jump in there with you?
Where am I reading it from?
Right there from the chat.
My bad. You said where is it at?
It's in the chat right here.
Open the
You
chat.
got access to the chat?
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
All right. Let me spin it back real quick. Where we at? Santa Rosa, Cali was good, was popping. Portland, Oregon was good with you. East St. Louis, what up, though? Fontana, California. Portland was good. San Francisco, A was good. The Bay Area, A Bay Bay. Lafayette, Louisiana. Jersey was good, Jersey. AZ, shout out to Arizona in the building. Killeen, Texas in the house. All right. New Bedford, Massachusetts. Peace to the family out there. Durham, North Carolina. Shout out to the Durham family. Philly family. Ireland, Dublin. Hey, mate. No, that's down bottom. My bad. Milwaukee was good. Boston, Beantown was good. Mississippi, MIISI.
SI.
Danville, VA. Thorpe,
Yes.
VAs.
BA's
Area in the building. Bang,
Chicago. We got the Mondem from London out here. Yeah.
In it. London
In it. London in it. Shout out to London, the way that they handled that situation with the Mondem. Galveston, Texas. H-Town. We got Jersey in the building. DC in the building. We got Cali in the building. South Carolina. Oklahoma City. You dig? Oh, man. Family deep in the building. That's what's up. That's what's up.
What up? They deep in here.
What up? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, yes. All right. Now that we got that settled, everybody's in the building. Make yourselves comfortable on this Good Friday, TGIF. You know what I'm talking about?
TGIF.
You know what I mean? What a way to end the strong and whatnot.
Just so happens to be Friday the 13th. You feel me? Ironically, the month after the Jason months have concluded. So
That's
it's almost like a bow on a gift box. You know,
it's like an epilogue.
Yeah, it's like an epilogue. It's like an exclamation point. To them Jason months was Jason and then in December you get Friday the 13th to remind you of all that Jason activity. And I think that, yeah, you know, the exclamation point of all exclamation points could be summarized by, you know, some chain of events that we've seen over the past few days. I'm sure we're gonna talk about it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You know,
Yeah.
everything's in perfect alignment. So it seems.
On a full moon, right? It's the day to full. It's the day to fully.
I believe tomorrow, maybe.
I know when I got up and went to the gym this rising at like 5, that joint was vainglorious.
Right.
It had an ill circle on it.
Had a ill sir. Oh yeah, glow.
Yeah, it had a glow on the 15th, on the 15th, on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. So it's forming.
Yeah. Yeah, it's active already though. It was humongous with the ill glaze on it.
Nah, I can feel the energy of it. I definitely, you know what I mean? So everybody pay full attention and take full advantage of this strong coming up. That'll lead you right into it.
Facts.
Yes, sir. I'm just looking at this keynote real quick. But yeah, man, a lot of things going on in the news cycle that we're gonna cover. I guess we should get right into it.
Yeah. Why wait?
Feel me? Get right to the news.
Why wait? There's enough going on.
Right. I did a show yesterday, and I talked about the quantum computers that Google is behind, right? And it really opened up my eyes to, you know, how much different Google is from other companies like Meta, you know, and companies of the such. Not to take anything away from the Amazons, the IBMs, but just the fact that these people are so knee deep in real technology, like real research, R&D and whatnot, going all the way back to the deep mind, you know, and then leading up to what they unveiled with Willow, with the quantum computer Willow. So, to see this article to remind me of the genius in which, this genius deal that this company did, it just brought that all the way full circle.
Right. You're saying, just put in perspective how long this company has been winning with a vision, and in order for them to hit their mark, come out of nowhere with a chip like Willow and accelerate in the quantum space race. You feel me? That's some strong R&D that
Right.
you got. You making headways over here doing this. You feel me? You got segments of your company controlling entire industries and sectors over here doing this.
Right.
Then you pop out there, you feel me, with the prototypical computer that can prove interactions with parallel universes.
Right.
Leading right into the quantum quickening of 2025. Setting the foundations, laying the groundwork. So yeah, what was their tagline before? Their evil company?
That they basically like see no evil, or it was indicating that they were a company that did no evil.
Right.
And ultimately that you see they don't have that motto anymore.
Right. So,
And the company even changed names unbeknownst to many people. It's now called Alphabet.
yeah, they call Alphabet.
It's not Google. The parent company is no longer Google. It's now Alphabet. And they are definitely brand, you know what I'm saying? They've evolved to be a behemoth in terms of this whole global scale.
And it was all what a difference a year makes. Think about their last year, around this time last year, when they were tanking with the Gemini AI, right?
Right.
And a bunch of their stuff. I think that they had whistleblowers, their engineers was leaving. There was just a lot going on with them that wasn't necessarily favorable. And I remember reading the ad, the news at the time, and it was like, is Google, are they too big? Are they out of shape? They can't keep up. They can't pivot at a
Right.
particular pace to keep up with innovation. And they were saying that they may be outpaced and left in the dust, with the new model of these lightning in a bottle type of companies.
Right.
For me,
They were gonna, and yeah, they were on track to actually lose the AI race
it was on
because
track.
because the rollouts were lackluster, and there was a new kid on the block. He was throwing his weight around. He linked up with the ops, got stronger. You feel me? Got pumped up with a few $1 billion. That was OpenAI, and and Stam over there, and Google wasn't looking like, they weren't looking like the heavy hitters. You feel me?
Yeah.
They were looking like, and then the threat of search was on the horizon, where they were saying, well, if they disrupted chat with GPT, imagine what they'll be able to do to search. So Google being, in that monopoly, the crown jewel of that monopoly will be the algorithm in the Google search engine. And they don't really have too many threats to that until the rise of this chat GPT thing. So they were kind of like shaking in their boots. And then other ventures, even when it came to YouTube, there was a lot of chatter about, is that slowing down? This was about a year ago. Fast forward to today, Gemini 2.0 is out. It's far superior than many of the other tools that are out there. They have a new tool called Gemini Astral that is mind blowing. I'm talking about extremely. You could feed information into it, and it's going to break it down to the very last compound. It's a multimodal machine. Then there's a report that's came out about the dominance of YouTube, the number one platform, the platform to put a candidate in the White House is being accredited to really being the death knell to all form media,
Right.
you know. And then they roll out Willow. So yeah, like you say, a year, and even with Meta, look at the reversal of fortune on their end.
Them as
You
well.
know, definitely.
Yeah.
They were counted out for a minute,
Totally
laid out,
laid out.
10 count. You know what I'm talking about? So the resurrection of these brands, or the resurrection of these entities and whatnot, or the resurrection of just these stocks, really, that's what it is. You know, it has a lot to do with cycles, has a lot to do with innovation, it has a lot to do with just being able to pivot at the right time and knowing your audience, you know.
Knowing the audience is key, and they just have remained resilient. When you plot something out and you plan to do something, you follow through, regardless if the sun is out at that particular time or not. Meta kept their head down and stayed with the metaverse. They stayed with mixed reality, augmented reality, just all different forms of technology that speaks to that particular that segment in
Right.
favor, and it's positioned them in an amazing space and an amazing place. They're going to be poised. They're poised to be major players in the goggles game.
Woo. Yeah, they jumped out, and
Yeah, they hopped
they
out.
jumped out. Yeah, they
Oh,
popped out when the Vision Quest died. They get L, the big L this year, and Facebook with the Meta, and then Google with their glasses, they're gonna pick up a W.
scoop
Right.
through there.
So
Yeah.
Project Astra is on your phone, and prototype glasses helping you explore the world like never before. So this is basically doing what the Vision Pro was supposed to do, but not through those big goggles
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. Uh, you could speak to Project Astra or use video to show what you see. So, it's able to interpret vision in real time. You
Mm.
could go into caves and whatnot and have it identify unique gemstones, or, you could go a different country, a different nations, and it will translate everything. It would show you everything that you're looking at. It'll give you annotations.
Mm.
Oh.
Now this is available now.
I signed up for it. It's available for beta tests. They're just gonna choose. They have a wait list, so
Mm-hmm.
you could join a trusted tester wait list and then get into that. But
Dope.
this is kind of dope, you know. But yeah, just an example of some of the things. Today they opened up Sora to the public.
To the public.
It was today. Yeah, today they opened up Sora, and I've been waiting for this for about a year, and man, it didn't fail to deliver.
It was well worth the wait.
It was well worth the wait, definitely. I'm gonna show a quick video that I was able to
Generate.
generate. This is not the finished product. I have to put the finishing touches on it, such as sound effects, and things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. For everybody in the building who joined us on Tuesday for Techno Tuesdays, an episode of Techno Tuesdays, I just want to let y'all know that we will be doing another episode, and we'll be doing Sora, the Aura of Sora episode 2. So you'll get to see us generate, you know, uh, imagination, ideas, prompts, visions in real time. You feel me? I put this together in less than an hour, but it took all my tokens, but I'm able to cook now. You feel me? I'm upgrading my plan to 200 a month, and I'm going in. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
We can turn it up. Wait, hold up. Oh, you roll it up. Hold on. Talk that shit. Wait, blow us in the papoose. Yeah. With the drip. With the hold on. What we
And
doing? What we doing? So yeah,
okay.
I'm about to go crazy. You feel me? Everybody that wants to learn how to get into this on Tuesday, we will be doing
And
another episode on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you get that notification because we really cooking. Like I said, this is gonna take the content house that we opening up to new heights. You feel me? Like we're really gonna turn this thing up in the ATL, what they call Black Hollywood.
that part.
You know. So yeah. Let me go back to this. So have you heard this the hoopla that's going on around the drones?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the media accounts. I've read several articles. I went on YouTube and I went on, some of the different uh, social media apps to hear people's personal accounts about what they're saying.
Right.
So it's quite interesting. You know what I mean? Where do you want to start?
Are there firsthand people with firsthand, like, are people talking about it from a firsthand perspective or through?
Yeah, the internet is littered with people's firsthand accounts
Okay.
of their sightings, their visions, their experiences, what they seen. You feel me? And
Right.
then the news is full of accounts, the official accounts. The mayors that are upset at the government. You feel me?
Sure.
You see
Right.
breakdown at a lot of different levels. You see the locals not moving with states not moving with federal. Federal's not getting the cosign or the thumbs up from the people they need to get from higher up to make a move. So they out here lying to the people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we don't know what it is. Oh, it's not a threat, but we're not going to engage it because we don't know what it is. So it's a lot of double talk. You feel me? We
Right.
don't know what it is, but we know enough of what it is to know that it's friendly and we're not going to attack it because it's not a threat. But how you don't know what it is, so
Right. And they
if
don't know where it's from.
they don't know what it is, they don't know what it's from. So there's been a lot of different accounts. They've reportedly seen them coming from out the ocean, right?
Jersey
And
Shore? Is this near Jersey Shore?
yeah, I believe so. It's all through Jersey.
Okay. And the reports about it being near Trump's golf course, does that hold any merit?
Yes, I mean those that was verified.
Okay. So, hmm. So theoretically speaking, this will be more so uh the way that the year started was the aliens in the mall in
Yes,
Miami.
in Miami, correct,
Right. That's the way that 2024 began.
correct.
So it will end with the swarming of drones over the uh the state of New Jersey.
Yes, yes.
So in so many ways, this would be first contact.
What's the definition of first contact?
The first time that the population made contact.
Well, they're not. Again, they're not verifying. They're calling them drones. They're not saying that they're UAPs. They're not saying that they're alien drones.
Right.
They're just using the word drone, and I guess it's a very ambiguous term because it fits whatever classification or definition. Even
Right.
though you can't have FCC approved drones over a particular size, and
Certain
they can't
airspaces.
certain airspaces, right? And
They're
they
saying
can't
it's the
come.
size of buses.
Yeah, they're saying it's the size of SUVs. And the videos that I've seen of them, the lights look crazy. it's definitely nothing off world. If people have dealt,
Hold on.
if you've dealt with anything off world, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta have it. You'll have a tendency to know that it's not as mechanic as they show a lot of these crafts looking. Um, and it's a different spectrum of light.
Right. It's
But
more of a light ship.
these, and I've seen different variations. I've seen some footage that look like light ships, like what they call baby shams. And baby shams are light orbs, and they come off of what's called a mothership or the wheel, or the different bigger ships. So it's interesting that they would even refer to the origin ship as the mothership in the news, saying
Right.
it was Iranian. So
Iranian is the mothership.
that's the new boogeyman, right? They're gonna get blamed for everything.
Right.
So
We watch this clip real quick. There's here's some footage on. This is the I believe this is the mayor.
let's get it.
About these sightings, what you're hearing.
Okay.
People who live here.
Yeah, so last night, starting around 8 o'clock, we started receiving multiple calls from residents about drone activity in the area. Officers went out to investigate. The calls and the sightings continued from 8 o'clock to about 11:15 last night, when the drone activity moved away from us into Cherry Hill. We had varying reports of anywhere between 4 to 8 drones that were flying through the area. They weren't like the normal, drone that somebody would purchase and use in their home. They were large. Some were described as large as like an SUV, had blinking lights on them.
Blood clots. So yeah.
So logistically, it makes no sense. Militaristically, right? Let's say that, like you said, it was in February of last year. It wasn't even this year. In February of last year is when they had the initial concern about the Chinese balloons, right? The weather balloons.
Yeah.
And different unidentified aircraft in sensitive area, military wise. You would think again that the matrix responds accordingly, especially when there's all of these alerts about WW3 and nuclear activity, and you know what I mean? Is it real is over there acting a fool? You feel me? With any and every potential, any and every potential, hard hitting threat asset. You feel me? People that play with them things. So you would think that the security protocol would just be a little bit different. You feel me? And you find out that there's really no cover. There's nothing, or so it seems, because they're not responding accordingly, and they don't seem to be taking the level of seriousness the same way. We know Cherry Hill and them places is affluent areas in New Jersey. So they not over areas and zip codes that might be considered the hood. You feel me? They over people crib that can really put
wealth, right.
Yeah, they could put press on, the bureaucracy and politicians and things of that nature to get some answers. And then people can't get answers. You feel me? Because it goes back to what Dr. Grill was saying about the multi-levels and the multi-layers of what they consider and call shadow government when it comes to, the program to control these different ships and these different particular vehicles. You feel me?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I seen footage when they was moving. Like I said, they move like light shams or baby shams. They move like light ships, not so much like drones. But the close up ones that I did see, them drones, they look humongous. They look like they could definitely be potentially threatening if they wanted to be.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know what they lining the people up with, but I know that there's a continuous apathetic level. And again, if you go online, you see that it's not just relegated to New Jersey. It's happening all around the world. It's a phenomenon.
It is. It is a phenomenon.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
popping out.
phenomenon.
Yeah, it's definitely a phenomenon. The New Jersey reports were some of the first ones that we heard, but ever since then, Mexico is lit, Arizona's lit. Um, yeah, they outside. They are outside. So the potential for first contact is literally we're teetering on that line. Like we could literally wake up to some type of footage that will, you know what I mean? Because the way that it's gonna happen, I believe, is gonna be through the internet spreading, some footage that people can. But I just showed you the images of what Sora was able to produce, right? And just the other day, we were utilizing Hey Gen, and I made a digital clone of myself. So if the commercial technology is at such a high vibration, it's so advanced, there's nothing right now that's telling me that they can't put augmented reality into, and they don't have the technology to whereas the same way that you could prompt it and generate it, they could generate it in real life.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a probability that we can see is not too far fetched at this time with technology where it's at.
Right.
The potential to project something and to beam something that's not far off. Um, and then they got people, totally in the religiosity thing. So this was an interesting psyops
Yeah.
when you think about the timing of the Billy Carson and the West situation. Right?
Right.
It neutralizes or kind of like he should be talking about drones over New Jersey and the probability of whether they are craft or not, rather than him being engaged in a controversy revolving the very thing that they're utilizing to see how, like what level of spell is society under. And the
Right.
religiosity program is at an all-time high. You feel me? And the people is thoroughly caught up in that.
Yeah.
Thoroughly. So
Peeped it.
again, yeah, it would be a wonderful time to stage a hybrid of either, of one of those other two scenarios. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
It would be a wonderful time because the people are transfixed and they caught up in game to a degree where they asking for it.
Mm-hmm.
They're asking for it. You know what I'm saying? And then they're warring with one another. So they're like, yeah, whichever one pop out first, that's which one we're gonna worship. You feel
Mm.
me? If it's the aliens, if they beat Jesus to the punch, then we're gonna bow to them. Whatever cracks that sky.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, the semblance of dominance that these people have, the spell that's cast over the minds of the people, is one that's is cast about the air, their dominance of the air.
Right.
Their militaristic dominance of the air by way of missiles, satellite,
Jets. Right.
jets, things of that nature, that equates them to the sky god. You know what I'm saying? And people see them as such. You feel me? And Americana is its own religion, or Americanism, should I say, it's the biggest religion on the planet. So, what happens when the incoming idiocracy, administration, presidency slash is the person that has to encounter visiting intelligence?
Man. Man. Scary.
You know what I'm saying? And the arrogance of, the cowboy settler mentality where they all like, shoot them down, shoot them down. Yeah, shoot them down and we could talk about it. Shoot them down. We'll talk about it after that. Right? Like any
Right.
exotic animal that they see, like anything that they see that they don't understand, they like kill it.
And then we'll dissect
And
it.
then we'll dissect it and we'll back talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We'll
We'll
create a
reverse engineer it.
conversation. Yeah, reverse engineer the conversation
Right.
around what we found out about the thing that we killed because we ain't understand it, but we was fearful enough to say it got to die because it cannot be allowed to make us fearful. So yeah, it's interesting that the people are calling for them to shoot it down, and they like, nah, we don't. So many words, we not authorized.
Right.
We don't got the green light because either we don't know what it is or we do know what it is. And either one of those scenarios has them.
Right. Shooting it down ain't an option.
Yeah,
table.
on a situation where they're like, yeah, the people got to eat crow because they're not gonna get no resolution on this.
Right. So we'll
it's just a weird place for these people to be so pro military, so pro border, so pro this, so pro that, and all of the things that's going on around the world by way of drones, advanced drone technology, the latest breakthroughs. They got entire governments on the ropes, militaristically, right?
Right.
That almost all of the breakthroughs that we've seen in the last 3 or 4 months on every battlefield came by way of advanced drones.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you see advanced drones in the skies and you don't know the origin point. And then people tell you, oh, you don't got no.
Right. What I do know is that, and I'm not making this conspiratorial, but New Jersey has been populated by a lot of billionaires over the past years and whatnot. And they've purchased a lot of real estate. They purchased a lot of land and things of that nature. There are also foreign nationals on this land. And, like you said earlier, there's countries where drone armies follow politicians. They follow, you know what I mean? They protect the skies. They protect everything around. And, knowing that America is kind of like up for sale and there's people that are not quote unquote American that are running things on this land, to see foreign intelligence like drone armies and whatnot, it wouldn't really, I don't know. I'm really just putting it out there. It has variables. This whole story has variables, meaning that to try to pinpoint one exact reason and meaning is kind of like, we would have to really do a thorough deep dive. What I do know though, like you were pointing out earlier, is it's almost like soft shoeing. It's almost like reality's way of, when you take like plant-based medicines, and instead of just going with the heroic dose, you might start off with 1 gram. So this is a micro dosing of the lifting of the veil for reality, moving into 2025 on the way to a 2030 in what is known as this quote unquote this cosmic solar maximum that we're in, and just the moving of the planets, the precession of the equinox. You feel me? Like, this is indicative of that. So once again, the people are so distracted and they're almost so desensitized to where it's almost like, yo, we're gonna just really put this on. We're gonna reveal this shit piece by piece, layer by layer, rather than just give full disclosure or full contact.
They literally had the conference, right?
Right, with Congress
hearings, right?
Yes, the hearings.
And that was the day that something very salacious happened, and that took over the headlines. I forgot which distraction it was, but it was one of them.
Right.
They was competing against some tea, and the tea drowned them. So we ain't hear that much about the Congress hearing.
About the Congress, right.
You feel me? But they laid it all out at the Congress hearing. It came clean. It was like, yeah, it's X, Y, and Z going on. They gave multiple scenarios.
Right.
Feel me? And then faded to black. And then right after that, these joints started popping up and they haven't stopped.
It was during the hearing that they spoke about the subterranean origins, right? With the
Yes.
bases in the ocean.
Yes, they did.
Okay, so
They might
you
even
know,
show footage, yeah.
right? So there's I'm
And
gonna
then,
go
and
on.
then, yeah, and now they're
I'm gonna,
recording.
right. I'm going on the what's that called? Poly market tonight, and I either I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna open up my own bet, but I could
Cause
bet.
yeah, subterranean realms. I was watching a YouTube breakdown on nuclear submarines, and in the event of nuclear war, how does it pop off, and who does what?
Right.
And there's entire, like the Hunt for Red October, there's entire subterranean fleets. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
are nuclear armed. So once again, no militaristic power is going to take light when you say that there are craft coming from the sea that are unidentified, and you can't say whether they're friendly or not, because that's a very, that ocean
Mm-hmm.
in terms of safety and security, especially near borders. That's a very, especially like near New Jersey, those particular installations.
Right.
They got
Right.
oil
They got
refineries
oil
and
refined. Right.
everything.
They got nuclear over there.
They got nuclear waste plants and everything. And then they got the ports. So
Right.
it don't, and none of it sounds right. You know what I mean? And it's like in the midst of a transition. You know what I mean? I hope that it ain't because these people got their pants pulled down because of the transition. They got their hands tied and they can't really do anything because they can't pull the necessary levers. And
Right.
yeah, it should be interesting.
Right. Right. Let's get into more of these stories.
Let's do it.
All right.
Woo.
I
So
know you've been talking about the importance of the sleeping cycle, Blue.
yeah, I've been harping on it quite some time, and I've been speaking about my own personal story and my ability to conquer my night demon, and finally get those 8 hours, and how important the mandatory 7 to 8 hours is.
Yes.
Especially if you are working out, if you're into fitness, if you're into bodybuilding or body sculpting, or just into your health, period. You want to align yourself with the circadian rhythm of the planet. That's almost like the sure sign way, to know that you are on the conveyor belt of ascension, right? But also, if you're getting active during particular hours and you're triggering certain things in your body and you're getting out and you're sun gazing, all of the right stuff that happens at the right time, but getting that rest is the most important part of the equation. None of that other stuff works
Right. Without the rest.
without the rest component. So just like um, the Daily Star, it be those international UK based newspapers. They'll do the research and give you the visuals that drives points home. So they was the first one to kind of show us what the typical person will look like in maybe by 2030, right? With the hunchback, because they look at their phones all day. There's going to be an evolutionary process where the spine is going to be curved.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? And once again, that form denotes function. So a curved spine, a bent over body is throwing off the power center of the body. It's throwing off your instrument, your it's changing who you are. You feel me?
Right.
And this zombie, what they call a sleep zombie, is their mock-up of what they're saying people may potentially look like in the future that are not getting their proper amount of sleep. They're going to be changing into zombies. Their brains are not going to be able to process the level of toxicity they come across daily, in the carcinogenic air and the food that we eat. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that the world is just going to become potentially a lot more taxing on the body. And the less amount of sleep means the less amount of repair, which means quicker cellular death, which means that you're going to get old and shriveled up and look like some of these depictions potentially.
Right. Yeah, they call it tech neck.
Tech neck, yeah. You know, and yeah, we can see it with the generation that exists is mainly social based, social media based. You know, they on the internet and stuff like that.
Right.
You feel me? There's a level of lethargy. Their bodies, you know what I mean? They don't have those athletic builds or what have you, so they don't have the right amount of muscle mass. They're very lanky. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They
Soft.
dehydrated.
Yeah, they dehydrated. So yeah, the computer is pulling water from you. You know, that blue light toxicity is leaching water from you. You know what I'm saying? Through your eyes specifically. That's why we wear the glasses when we're on the media.
Right.
You feel me? And normally I would have my blue blockers on. And these are just necessary precautions that you take when you're sitting in front of all of this bright light that's just leaching from us.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, the microwave baby. So yeah, mainly what we're speaking about is overexposure to radiation on so many different levels, from the phone to the TV to the computer to the actual microwaves to the devices. You know what I'm saying? You name it, and then the compounding fact of what the sun is going to be doing in the atmosphere. So yeah, got to get the rest. Have to restore the brain, and the brain washes and restores and repairs itself during deep sleep, not just regular sleep, but deep sleep.
Beautiful, beautiful. This article right here: mystery over extinction of lost race of ancient humans. Discover of oldest DNA shows a group out of Africa not related to anyone alive today.
Right. Very interesting story. Lays down the criteria once and for all about the original inhabitants of Eurasia, specifically Germany and France.
Right.
I think this is some wonderful research and criteria for any of our family that's over there in the UK specifically, or just anyone that's over there in Europe. Like, these are this the reference material you're gonna need to fall back on when you start pushing back on them people
Making your claims.
trying to make your claims.
Yes, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Even your claims towards humanity, in the midst of them attempting to deny it. You got to stand on your principles. Be like, you know who your daddy is, and this is the information you fall back on. This is stuff that we have to teach in schools when they start scraping everything else out the school.
Right. These are the Sorrow videos
Yeah,
and the prompted videos that we have to make to basically give ourselves, a visual depiction of this data and this information that
that's
has
right.
been coming to us for about 10 to 20 years. There's a lot of articles that could
Go.
turn
They
into
could they
content,
could be fleshed out.
to
You
be
know what I'm
fleshed
saying?
out.
Into content, create scenarios,
Yeah,
and just go up from there.
straight up.
Said the early pioneering Europeans numbered just a few hundred and had dark skin, dark hair, and brown eyes,
Right.
reflecting their recent arrival from
Africa.
Alkebulan.
Al-Kibilan.
DNA from bones found in Rennes, Germany, reveals some of the individuals were close relatives, including a mother and daughter. The first time a direct relationship has been found in the remains of ancient humans. So that means that they was able to find mitochondria, and once they found the mitochondrial line, then they
Yeah.
were able to, prove some things, I guess, to themselves about, what I'm saying, origin and
Right.
different quantum levels of what these people must these potential super sapiens had going on.
Right.
They found them in the Czech Republic, right? These results provide us with a deep understanding of the earliest pioneers that settled in Europe, says Johannes Kraus, senior author of the study, right? These are the oldest genomes we have of modern humans. They
Mm,
represent a genetic lineage that has no descendants that later they all went extinct.
mm.
Feel me? So they playing them games. The genetic data was also able to show that the lost race had bred with Neanderthals between 45,000 and 49,000 years ago, sharing the same gene changes from the mixing as modern humans today. So
So
they
Blue,
yeah.
with the technology that they have available, like CRISPR, gene editor, and all of the advances that they have in these labs, if they find any type of, like you said, they were able to find bone marrow from the remains of these ancient humans.
Mm-hmm.
So they're able to take that into a lab and clone it, correct?
Possibly, yeah. If the
Okay.
stem cells, yeah.
There's a possibility of them
Mm-hmm.
being able to do something with that DNA.
Possibly, yes.
Okay. Just checking.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Experts said that the second wave of modern humans who came out of Africa might have carried a genetic secret weapon that made them better able to adapt to new environments. Dr.
Mm,
Krauss added, the first thing they do is move to the glaciers and hunt mammoths. They also go to Oceania. They cross open waters, which was never done by any other human before. So they were the first Ibiru, right? Or Ibru, what they
Hebrew,
call the
right.
Hebrew, the ones who cross over the water or the rivers or you name it. You know,
Right.
they're saying that these melanated ancestors out of Kebalan, ancient Africa, you know, made the trek up into Europe and these were their descendants or what have you. So interesting, you know what I'm saying?
Yes. Very interesting.
That they're you know putting this information out in the public at this particular time, right?
Right. Right. Now that would, for, and I'm not speaking up for woke culture or, woke arguments, but that would kind of like, it would go against the rights push against wokeness or their push against changing anything that you find in these books and whatnot, or anything that children are learning in school, just in the UK, but also in America, but definitely across the pond and whatnot. Something like this would you know what I mean? It would have to be that would have to be taught in school, you know. So, like you said, them putting something out like this at this time, it raises eyebrows. And for those who know how to take information like this and add it to an argument, a legal argument, or to stand on, you know what I mean, to help push their narrative,
Right.
and
Just
they just
one
got
about identity. You know what I'm saying?
right,
That's what we're struggling with, and that's going to become a pinnacle point next year.
right,
You know, as even this conversation about debates. You know,
mm-hmm,
um, as these things return back into the our regular conversation. You feel
right,
me? It's gonna boil. It's gonna boil down to yo. What is your identity? Like, who are you?
who are you? Right,
Who do you come from? Who are your people? How can you prove it? You
right.
know,
More so with your bloodline,
interesting times. You know,
right? All right, let us
so yeah,
continue. Boom. Largest ever survey on ayahuasca highlights links to better mental health and well being. A new study published in the Journal of Psychoactive Drugs has uncovered significant associations between naturalistic ayahuasca use and improved mental health. The research, based on a large international survey, found that frequent use of ayahuasca, a traditional Amazonian psychoactive brew, is linked to lower psychological distress and enhanced psychological well being. However, the benefits appear to depend on factors like the intensity of mystical experiences, self insights gained, and the strength of community connections during use. Speak on it, Blue.
Oh, I mean,
Speak on
they
it.
they pretty much laid it out. Everything that you just said.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Um,
They were just able to prove, that it has a positive psychological effect on people that are dealing with stress. You know what I'm saying? They were
right.
able with medicine or their science they were able with their science to show and prove, the effects of ancient medicine.
Right. Why now? Do you think? You know, why come up with these reports and basically because this is,
I
this is
mean, again, the medical industry is moving towards alternative methodologies, and a lot of psychoactive approaches are being greenlit for research,
right.
along with you have MDMA, you got psilocybin, and you got LSD, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of them have been greenlit for medical research, um, to show and prove whether or not they do what they do, or how they can synthesize those effects into drugs that they can bring to
Pharmacopoeia.
market. Yeah, different level of pharmacopoeia.
Mm.
So it's going mainstream, so they got to get in front of it and incorporate it. There's kind of no way to stop the conversation around alternative medicine from spilling into the zeitgeist, or into the dominant conversation, because it's already here, it's already leaked,
So
already
we
jumped the
got
track. So
okay. So we got psilocybin
mhm,
in popular culture now, what are known as mushrooms, right? Or
mhm.
magic mushrooms. We have ayahuasca becoming more of a familiar, antidote to people that are going through this depression and anxiety epidemic.
Yes.
You have celebrities and people who are very influential speaking about the benefits of the bufu, the toad medicine.
Yes.
And you also have people professing that the I said ayahuasca just
Yep.
now.
Yes, you did. Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's very interesting, and it's really a good way to kind of like forecast where do you see the next 5 years from like 2025 moving into 2030 and more people becoming acclimated to plant-based medicine. uh
Again, I see with RFK would Make America Healthy Again, with that
yeah,
movement and this kind of shakeup or conversation around insurance. I think that there's going to be a confluence between both somewhere at the top, where
right,
they're going to make it accessible for insurance to cover alternative medicines.
medicine, right,
And yeah, mad people are going to want to venture and have the experience, especially if it's legalized. They're going to kick down doors to experience a milder form. Maybe again, they're going to want to attempt to see how can they synthesize ayahuasca and create a pharmacopoeia from it, so they
right,
can give people milder experiences. They can give them micros
dosages,
right.
right,
Um,
scripts,
yeah, so they're gonna want to strip the spiritual essence and experience from it, which voids the whole effect of it, I think.
mm,
And that's gonna open up the market for people having a genuine experience. But there's not enough. They're stripping the plant. The plant was not bred, almost like on some Wakanda. The purple plant wasn't bred for mass consumption. It
right.
wasn't. It wasn't bred. You know what I'm saying? For it to be commercialized, where it's like, well, we're just gonna grow this batch right here. It's not weed. You feel
That's a
me?
fact.
It's a vine, so it has a different lifespan. It has a different adulteration period that you really can't. rust because it has a consciousness, and that might be very hard for people to understand that have never intermingled with great mama.
Right.
But you learn to respect it. Peyote, mescaline, what they call, that's coming, that's coming back into the mainstream and making its rounds, and you gotta respect, same thing. You gotta respect grandfather. You gotta respect the cactus. Just like toad, you gotta respect toad. You can't mass produce toad.
Right.
What if mass populations attempted to adopt these methodologies? Think about it, right? Think about this though. Think about the level of, there are gifts that are provided, but there might be scarcity. There might be only but so much fungus of a special fungus. There might be only but so much of a special thing. So everything ain't for everyone. It's impossible. There's not enough of everything to be for everyone. So you don't have to be, like an elitist to be like, I want to be amongst that particular percentage or portion. If this is something that I'm looking for, you feel me? Yeah, you might have to get yourself in line and go and get it, because it might be mass consumed out of existence from people that they're just tourists to it. Yeah, I heard about it. I want to do it just because. These niggas have an abusive addiction personality. They'll abuse anything.
Facts.
Anything.
When I saw the Vice
give them a
News,
kick.
right? When I saw Vice News do reports on the Bufu, I was like, yeah, it's going fully. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna, you know what I mean?
They'll commercialize it.
They're gonna commercialize it. They have synthetic Bufu already. They already made synthetic Bufu. So
yeah,
they down in Tulum, doing what they do, making it part of the tourist attraction. One side of me,
they got whole cartels that are,
what do they make synthetic Bufu?
Running down on that trade. They got bootleg Bufu.
How? What is it made out of? How do you bootleg Bufu?
They're synthesizing chemicals. They're figuring out how to synthesize.
Just DMT?
right?
Calling it Bufu?
I think once they have the formula for the once they synthesize it already, that formula is out there, and people just tweak it.
And tweak it, yeah.
That's crazy. That's
I
would want synthetic.
Yeah, I mean that's what they said. They said a lot of
nasty work.
Who were out here dealing with it, they had the bootleg Bufu, and then they was catching people on tours down there on the ayahuasca and the Bufu out the country, and they was doing them dirty.
Something
that was a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So there's been a lot of
K2 Bufu
attempts to
K2 Bufu
to drive a wedge in the industry. You know what I'm saying? So the medical industry, you feel me? They're just like they did with a plant called the iboga out of Burkina Faso. They turned it into ibogaine, and this is a herb the saviors always tell us about that works for alcohol and heroin addiction.
Breaks it, right?
Yeah. So this is real popular amongst veterans, and I seen a documentary on it. You know what I'm saying? They go across the border through Arizona. They'll go to Mexico, and then they have underground labs here in the States that they'll risk their lives to go to. It's a 2-week kick sometimes, because they got that monkey on their back, and it helps them. You feel me? But there's some of them have a violent withdrawal, but they be born again. It has a religious component to it now as well, because of the born again factor. When people get that monkey off their back, whew, they get their whole life back. Nah, it's different,
right?
You know what I mean? And yeah, so
let's talk about this article with our favorite artist.
Big business.
Me and you, Mr. Andre 3000.
Yeah, ironically, once again, this time last year, We were in creation mode as a response, as a the impetus was created by a move that was made by Dre when he put out New Blue Sun, and we were inspired both by the music, the instrumentation of it, and also by his claims that he ain't had no raps. And we was like, wait, what?
The hell?
Not the greatest ever.
You feel me?
So we just had to take our own temperature just to make sure that it wasn't an age-related thing, because we was the same age as homie. He was like, what I'm going to be robbing about the age of 48? Colonoscopies?
Right.
So that spawned some of my greatest lines in my material. I use it as inspiration because I was rattled first as a fan, and I was the nigga he's talking about in this article. You know what I'm saying? Where we feel that as fans, we got this level of entitlement to our favorite artist's time, and they owe us something creatively wise. You feel me? And I used to take it personal. Like, where this nigga at? Like,
Right.
what's this music at? Yeah, like
he abandoned the mom.
Like, yeah, you just knew that you was gonna get a drop unexpectedly, like bird shit out of nowhere. Random Dre 3000 drop with your favorite unheard verses. You just swore that you was gonna get that. So I've been holding out hope just about as long as the West Coast been waiting for the detox. Feel me? And you take it personal, especially when some of these people are considered like your heroes. And
right.
This is such a necessary conversation at this particular time to be having, a very conscientious circling of the block to get hit with the smelling salt. Like, wake up, nigga. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Grow up. You got to grow up with these artists as well, and a lot of us has to grow out of our addictive relationship that we had with some of these artists. Like, let that shit go. Like, take the song and keep it moving, buddy. Have you let go of your favorite artists? You feel me?
Yeah, I think
you should have had no business holding on to.
Yeah,
Like, you gotta let them people be. You gotta let them grow. They got a whole life, my nigga. They gave you their essence.
I think when history is told, 2024 will go down in the books as the year that the cult of personality and the spell, the deep tissue spell that the artist had on the people began to subside. I'm not gonna say that this is the year that the spell broke. No, this is the year that it began to subside. It's gonna take more than 1 year for people to really snap out of this whole worship of man type thing. But it will happen, and it is happening. This was the year, this was the catalyst. Cat Williams, he assisted in the catalyst.
Yeah, so even look at that bookend, right?
Yeah.
How the year began, right? First we said it began around aliens in the mall or sightings. You feel me? Because it was definitely about a sighting in a mall, but it was in the mall nonetheless.
It was a sighting in Miami.
And then comedian, right? Because he came in, I think, on the 3rd or the 4th of January and set it off.
Yep, the
right.
3rd.
So here we are at the end of the year, and we're talking about another comedian, but this time it's Andrew Schultz, and the limits of the lengths that are allowed for comedic expression, right? And I often speak about this, the leverage that the comedian has in the deck of cards, him being the Joker,
right?
Him being the trickster, right? Him being the Mad Hatter. I think that Andrew Schultz is exploiting and crashing out on some Drake style fashion on the comedic get out of jail free card, where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go nuclear with this card that y'all gave me in the world of comedy, and I'm gonna force the metrics. Same way that Kendrick kind of forced the metrics.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they said that Dre and Snoop dropped Missionary. The project came out.
Yep. That was today.
That was today.
Yep.
Yeah, the joints that I heard they played on Drink Champs was kind of crazy. I was like, that's problematic.
Oh yeah.
They was slapping, bro.
Clappington.
They was slapping. I was like, ugh, ugh. Snoop, you know, he got that flow. When he's in pocket, forget about it.
Right.
He was snapping on that. Um, yes, it's gonna come all down to people being forced to look in the mirror, you know, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, some people get in their time, their energy, their attention, their focus, their own personal commitment to themselves and their talent back when they let go of, you know, investing everything in another artist. And we have been invested in these artists way too much. You know what I'm saying? We've been holding out. We've been waiting on them. Like
Right.
Drake said, like, yeah, I wouldn't do that if I was y'all. You feel me?
Yes, sir. So let's get into this article. I'm gonna read what he this interview.
Yeah.
And when did this interview come out?
The other day, yeah.
Okay.
Brand new. Hot off the press.
Hot off the press. All right. So they asked him if he crafts verses in his head. And he said, yeah, I don't necessarily write. I know there's this thing with rappers, like I don't write. I don't know their process, but for me, it's like building a house from the ground. You start at a place and you learn the foundation, and you keep repeating the foundation until you make the first level. And then you repeat the first, second level. By the time you get to the 50th floor, you repeated it 49 times. So it's in your head by the time you finish. Yes, sir. Um, how do you feel about that process?
He ain't never lie.
Crafting.
He ain't never lie. That, you know, he's stacking.
Yeah.
You know, he's stacking. I seen Kambada do it. That's a wonderful technique.
It
And it's
definitely is.
foolproof. You're not gonna forget your rhyme. You know what I'm saying? If you do it through that process. So I highly recommend it. Takes a lot, it takes discipline
Yes, it does.
to hold that thought and write it. But once you can get in that space with yourself, and once you do one, you can do, you know, an infinite amount after that first one. So if you're listening to this and you're a creator and you have problems memorizing your pieces like I do, right? You might want to train yourself to write in your mind line for line. So what that means is you turn the music on and that first line, instead of writing it down, you do it in your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, Brother Red, we got to cut this live. I got to go to bed. Yeah, I know this shit was called Know the Ledge, called Know the Ledge. Yeah, if I don't get my 8 hours, I'm gonna be looking like them older heads. The older heads. Yeah, you know, niggas look smoked out like Wayne with the golden dreads, with the golden dreads. But
it's a process.
It's a process, and you're going back and you're repeating that couplet to yourself. You're going rhyming that whole joint. Oh, Lance got folded fast. Once you finish your 4-bar quartet, then you're repeating that 4-bar quartet to yourself. And then you're going to write another 4-bar quartet on that. Before you know it, you have 16 bars, which are 4 sets of 4-bar quartets. And then you write a hook. There's another 4-bar quartet times 2 that you repeat. It's an 8-bar hook. 4 bars repeated twice. So then you got a whole song structure just like that. You throw another 16 on it, you got 32 bars with an 8-bar hook sequence, and you got 40 bars.
Just like that. All right. So let's go to the next. So I saw this article and I was like, this is interesting. Check this out.
Wow.
The owner of a Southwest Atlanta apartment complex has teamed up with an Atlanta City councilman to try another innovative approach to reducing crime. They're using high-tech robots as security dogs to monitor a sprawling apartment complex on Cleveland Avenue. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor tells us how this robot is different from all the others.
This is Beth, an AI-powered, cost-effective robot that plans to deter crime, not replace officers. Beth is a software.
Man, 2025 is crazy.
Powered robotic dog with 360 cameras and even a siren on her back. But what makes Beth different from other artificial intelligence robots you've seen, like Spunky on Boulevard, is a human is actually monitoring this droid in real time from Bogota, Colombia. These robotic dogs will integrate with more than 30 stationary cameras that apartment complex 445 Cleveland already has.
Our operator who's physically watching those cameras needs to deploy the dog. It's all in one system, and they're just controlling it like they would, like they're playing a video game at home, except.
Come on, B. So you mean to tell me that mine in the Ukraine or Tel Aviv or El Salvador or Argentina could be rolling around robots in the hood now, patrolling and doing facial recognition, or if they
It's not a video game, it's Beth.
Wolf says Beth will be more effective because she can move anywhere on the property in 60 seconds. She even climbs stairs.
Crazy.
You come outside, you got a warrant, it scan your face, it start barking. Hur, 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 hur. Stand down. Stand down. What do they call Mike Epps? Top flight security. They got the top flight security dogs on you niggas, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's what you would call it though. That's definitely the Black Mirror episode. Because they're going to weaponize it next. It starts out without the gun on it, but it definitely goes on. With the drone to back it up too.
They threw Doug into Judge Dredd and came back with the RoboCop dogs on them on Cleveland Ave. Then he can't even go around his own way. They criminalized him and gang, and now they're gonna clean that place up with a robo dog.
That's crazy. So that's coming to a hood near you. The Elon, that's the police cars, the autonomous police cars pulling up with the Tesla bot hopping out and talking in straight either patois or bankhead slang. Everybody, y'all get out, get out here. Like that's what's coming. Uber Eats drivers, DoorDash drivers, Tesla bots with the blicky on it so nobody can steal it. You know? Bulletproof type of thing. Because I saw the one where they were shooting up the Tesla and them bullets wasn't going through it. Like they have it's not bulletproof all the way, the Tesla truck, but it will stop some shots from like if dude from US Healthcare hopped in a Tesla truck when Luigi was running down with the 2.5, it wouldn't have did nothing to him. That's a fact. What is your insight on that case? I know we touched on it. I'm just saying
I don't quite know what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking the advice of the master teachers and I'm amassing information.
Okay, cool.
And I'm sitting back, because I gotta hear what he's saying. It sounds like he's saying he's being framed.
He's yelling out.
And it would be a complete 180 from what they're saying, because according to them, he got caught with the smoking gun, literally, and everything else.
That's what they said, right?
He would get the dumbest criminal award ever. And it would besmirch his opportunities to be, lauded as the number one anti-hero if he's such a dumb criminal. So I told you that they was gonna close the case up either by hook or crook. By any means, they wasn't gonna let it linger. It's bad for business. This is New York after all. So yeah, I want to see what happened. Pennsylvania's been in the mix all year as the site of some very interesting things. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Some very paradigm shifting things have taken place in Pennsylvania.
Let's keep in mind
this calendar year.
Cherry Hill and the Philadelphia Bridge is how far away from each other?
It's right there.
Right there. So were they saying that they see these crafts and whatnot? Yeah, that might be over Cherry Hill, but that's damn near over Philly too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to see how it pans out. The story is illmatic. The backstory is crazy. It's already made for TV movie. It's already a blockbuster. You know what I'm saying? He's a scion of a wealthy family that deals with country clubs, and they service the very people that, you know what I'm saying, he's deposing of.
Right.
It's
like Bruce. Yes, this thing is Bruce Wayne.
It's an ABC movie.
No, it's not ABC. This Chris Dolan.
Nah, I mean, yeah,
this nigga's Batman.
It plays on all levels. It's an ABC movie that's a blockbuster hit. Like they could cast DiCaprio or something in it. Like it's crazy.
Is it Netflix or Amazon Prime though? What platform is that made for? I think 50 will pick it up on Stars and nigga buy it. Give it that nigga Sheen, you know what I'm talking about?
Give it that nigga Sheen. Nah, yeah, I mean
that nigga Sheen.
It's gonna go wherever it go at. It's gonna go because they know how to cook a story. I'm like, damn, this shit got levels and layers to it. It's illmatic.
What we doing with this right here, man? How spooky is this? On the levels of spookiness, does it get real spooky, or is it okay? Is it just something normal happening?
I mean, it's coming tumbling down. So I think that his mental might be fried. You feel me?
I
don't want to speculate. It just, when you look at a person's activity, there's obvious blowback and fallback that he feels from his son being rejected and not being as good as he thought. So that level of embarrassment, not having the support, you know what I'm saying? Like your world crashing down and almost like you're on some Diddy shit. Like if your money can't protect you, it damn sure can't protect your children now.
Right.
And it's almost like, yeah, like your star power could protect you, but it don't extend to your children. They're not as great. They got to be great. They got to do something to step outside of your shadow. And the reality of it all just seems to be too much for him, compounded with, some things that might be going on in the backdrop that we don't know about.
I mean, Hov is real close, right?
And Diddy, yeah.
And Diddy, right? Yeah. On the spooky meter, what number? 1 to 10. What number is this?
Oh, it's 10.
Damn.
It's 10. I mean, because again, somebody that we've seen that's been competitive their entire life, their entire career, that has lived through some of the worst criticism,
right?
And the demands, the criteria, the things that his fans and everything that has been thrown at him,
right?
Never seen him fold,
Never.
So for him to buckle like that,
he smiles at adversity, right?
Yeah, rather than just play through it, that normally charges him up to go a little bit harder. And he's a team leader. He's a team captain. So it's like, again, you would have to say, if he's walking away from his team. He's saying he got to be with his family. he needs some time. So this is about his family. His family walked away from his fam. His team walked away from his family. So he's like, yo, I got to walk away from my team to go back to my family. Support.
Right.
And it ain't the team's fault. It's your family's fault. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your son it wasn't him. It wasn't him. So, like Kat said, the big niggas is falling, one by one on some dominoes ish. And we'll leave 24 knowing that it's not all about the Benjamins and nobody's level of, nobody's bank account and nobody's accomplishments can cover them. You feel me? On that day of personal judgment.
Right.
It ain't the court of public opinion. It's like these people seem to be caving under the weight of their own personal judgment. And you can see it there. They're wearing it on their face.
Man, 2024, this wrap up is gonna be crazy.
Crazy.
We got a show coming up on next Thursday, I believe. We're gonna start this series and whatnot. The year in review leading up to the 30th.
Getting ready.
Yeah, it's so much to uncover and unpack that I gotta do it in increments,
Yeah, man.
Gotta do it in increments, man.
You gotta break it up. You gotta break it up. You gotta break it up into quarters.
Yeah, in 4 quarters. Exactly right.
Quarters. You gotta break it up to quarters.
Pre, post, shit like that. Like,
yeah, a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, man. So, what's your take on it? You know what I'm
saying? It's given. I'm gonna go out to sea. You feel me?
Yeah, get out there.
Go out there with the mermaids and whatnot. You feel me? It's given. What's the lawyer that's shaking down Hove? What's his name?
Busby.
It's giving Busby smoking on Busby. It's giving Busby work. Busby out here shaking niggas like Oz Cobb. Busby tapping. Busby showing the tapes. Like, come on now, what we doing?
What we doing?
What we doing? You feel me? It's giving Busby. You feel me? Busby got him on the run.
The Busby effect.
Yeah, I think they be having those insurance commercials on the radio in Atlanta. Call 1-800-BUZZBY. I think it's the Busby shakedown, man. You know what I'm talking about? I knew that somebody was out there doing a big shakedown because there's a lot of people getting shaken. It ain't just Busby. I heard the day outside, this is revenge of the small hats. They cooking people. Quincy's gone. Clarence Savant is gone. The big dogs are gone. And it seems like all of their underlings is getting that treatment. You feel me? Like you don't have no protection. Your aura is kind of like you don't have no Harry Belafonte, James Earl, Clarence Avant, Quincy Jones, like a lot of those people that people might not realize are like brokers in what we call Hollywood, because that's what's falling, that's what's burning right now. This is the year that a lot of the buffers went away. And it just seems that, yeah, man, it just seems that it's full on. It's just full steam ahead.
Yeah, what we see is unprecedented is people's response. The response time and the response value, the value of the response. Like, damn, that was in poor taste. That didn't age well. Like, oh, that was stale. Like, who approved that? Like, how did you do that? Oh, that was a knee-jerk response tweet. So, as people have had days to pour over these responses, whether it be Papoose response or Jigga Man's response, whether it be Remy Ma's response or live from Easy Block Captain, you know, this repetitiveness of people digging further holes for themselves,
Response
yeah,
season.
putting their foot in their down their esophagus, in their, you know, down their intestine.
The Billy Carson response.
Oh, the yeah, right.
Right.
So, yes, this compounding.
Double L like a Cool J. This compound.
It goes back to the Kamala response. Just think about all of the responses. Think about
The Kamala
again what
response.
I said last year about last year being last year was about accountability, right? You're gonna take a L. If you could have been accountable for it, you could have alchemized it totally and morphed it into something, a bigger moment. But all last year we seen melanated men at their opportunity to come clean and be accountable. They refused to. They pivoted and went the other way. Did you see the Jamie Foxx special?
Nah, yeah, I'm about to do that tonight.
Okay.
I'm about to do. I was like, let me
Take some
end the
time with your
strong.
lady. Yeah.
Yeah, let me end the strong with some laughter.
Yeah. Get off
So
the
we're gonna do
stand
that.
early, sit down with your lady and go and watch that special. You know, it was heartfelt. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. From the clips I seen.
Yeah. But it gives you some insight, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember I'm like, damn, was it Will Smith first or was it Jamie Foxx? Which was the first blow that this thing started breaking apart?
Will Smith.
It was Will Smith.
It was the Will Smith state, the smack.
No, I mean the smack was it wasn't the smacking what kept caught up with him.
No, when they did the Tasha K thing, remember, it's because of the smack that it has such impact.
Right.
Where it's like, damn, why you picking on Will for? Leave that man alone. Because remember, the sharks and the piranhas was coming after that man for so many years. It's when he transgressed. It's when he opened up the remember when you the way the karma set up, when you do wrong, when you do somebody dirty, right?
Mm-hmm.
It leaves something back to come back on you. You feel me? It's like playing tennis with karma. So if he never transgressed, if he never did something like that in the public to the Chris Rock, it wouldn't have opened up homie pulling up on Tasha K and pulling his pants down.
Yeah.
But the what I'm saying is the battery to all of that, because there were years where that was taking place. But it was the Cat Williams. He casted a spell on that January the 3rd. He spoke the year. He gave you the table of contents, and they were just mystery chapters. You didn't know who it was going to be, but he said it with such conviction and with such foresight, right? That everything that happened was underneath the scrutiny and the lens of what that man set in place on Shay Shay's couch. You feel me? It was a witch hunt. He initiated a witch hunt on Hollywood, and he told people along with Bella Sloan, Hella Drones, tell her, hold on. Yeah, we're not gonna do the boss tonight. We might do him tonight, who knows? But yeah, he
do know her name is Sloan Bella, though, right?
I know. I'm moving it around. I'm moving it around. You know what I'm talking about? You know, I'm on my babu shit. You know how we do. We move things around. I'm from East New York. They say Bella Sloan. But anyway, Cat Williams put the edict. He put the edict out on Hollywood, and people watched that shit do what it do. Then Kendrick came, the other K, the K, right? Cat in the Hat set it off. Then Kendrick said, "Watch the party die." He said, "I'm not your savior, but I'll take up this fight." You feel me? I'll run into this shit and knock homie out. You know what I mean? I'll run into the ring and take him on. I'll take him down for us. And he took him down, and he expected people to start setting it off on the rest of the quote unquote, the people that they're after, that they want to watch die with the party. And we've been seeing stuff like that going down since they said it, and it's still occurring. It's not going to slow up.
Yeah, man. So, needless to say, yeah, it's ugly out here. It's ugly out here in these streets, man.
In these streets. So, what a way to! I call this the season finale, right? 2024 as a season. You know what I mean? This is the season finale, and in the season finale, you know how in all season finales they wrap it up, and up until the last day, you be like, damn, like there'll be a season finale, and the last 5 minutes, it'll just be like a time lapse of mad shit that's going on. Mm-hmm. That's where we are right now, where like homie that jumped over in the beginning of the year,
yeah,
the Biggie shirt on, he gets sentenced.
He got his judgment, right?
He got his judgment at the end of the season finale. You know what I mean? The drones over Jersey and whatnot. The way that the season started, the drones and the goddamn, the aliens in the mall in Miami, of all places. So this shit is a movie, bro. This shit is a movie. So yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's it's interesting. I got my popcorn. It's going down. It's impactful, and I know we still got some time left on the clock.
Yes, sir. Let them know before we get out of here, though. Let's give them the news about the time that we're gonna be having to close this beautiful, wonderful calendar year out and usher in a new energy, a new timeline, a new paradigm, a new year. But not just do that, but to celebrate and to, and to toast to this year, regardless of what it was, because even if somebody says this was my worst year, I would say shit. In the scheme of things, theoretically speaking, it might have been your best year, because usually what you think or what you may perceive to be your worst or your most trying or your most challenging, right, is usually you being tested and getting put through certain tests to get you to that victory or to that quote unquote. Go ahead.
We noticed that 8 years build and destroy. Things had to die to be reborn and rebuilt. We witnessed that. We saw that. And it was not pretty, but it was needed and necessary. Yes. So you survived. You lived through it. You know what I'm saying? You're standing on your square, and we're moving into a 9 year. And what does that mean? That it's time to close up shop. It's time to finish what you started. It's time to bring things full circle. So on December 31st, on New Year's Eve, we'll be closing out.
Peace, you and yours, brother Blue.
Yeah. In fashion, 1 foot in the old year on the last day and 1 foot into the new year. Yes. At Bookstore Gallery Studios, where we also will be unveiling, a lot of different components to our media plays next year, right? With our streaming service, KTL Plus. So not only will we be introducing you to this new venue, which is the Bookstore Studios, which will be our content creation house in the middle of Atlanta, Georgia, right on Edgewood, but also, introducing you to the many features of our rollout with KTL Plus as a streaming network for creatives, So, yeah, again, excited to go into 2025 and what it represents, the multitude of opportunities that are going to be laid out in this new calendar year. We cannot wait to share and express that with the family that pulls up. So from 2 to 6 or 2 to 7 for that matter, we have a open house for this particular venue where you can pull up for free and come through, shop with the good people, hear about the membership plan over at Bookstore Gallery Studios, and also, socialize. You feel me?
Yeah, chop it up, network.
From 8 to 2, the paid portion of the festivities begin.
Right, 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. We're
Yes,
gonna be
indeed.
closing it out.
Go ahead.
Music in grand fashion. We'll be popping bottles. We'll be dancing. We'll be turning up. For those that partake in the 420, we'll be getting our lungs right. We'll be celebrating. You know what I mean? And this is something that we want to do with the collective, with the family. You know what I mean? With the KTLians. So everybody from the show is welcome. Make it down to Atlanta if you can, but you have to RSVP because it is limited, right? It's not going to be open to the whole entire world. So, on New Year's Eve, things get pretty crowded pretty quick. So go ahead and RSVP and get your ticket if you're coming in for the day or if you're coming in for the nighttime. If you're coming in for the whole day, you could do that as well. The link is in the description. The mods will also put it in the chat. If there's any questions, you could contact us at ktlplusmedia@gmail.com. I'll put that on the screen. And I'm going to play this video with Blue Pill real quick. Check it out.
Live and direct, we are here at the Bookstore Gallery Studio. Peace, you and yours, brother Blueport. Live and direct, we are here at the Bookstore Gallery Studio. We want to let you know that we have a day party for New Year's Eve coming up. That's from 2 to 7, free 99. You can slide through for the day party for the debut of the Bookstore Gallery. That is on New Year's Eve. All right. Then afterwards, we have a paid party that is from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. And you can get your tickets for that on rsvp.com. And we look forward to seeing you. Peace, love, and light.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So yeah.
Yes. So is that it? You have any news left, or you ran through everything?
I ran through everything.
You sure?
I believe so, yeah.
I want you to leave. I want you to have a conscientious conversation about what you are witnessing online, dealing with the Billy Carson situation. A responsible conversation. I'm requesting.
You want me to have it now?
Yeah, before we get off. I'm just asking, because I have not seen activity like this in quite some time. I literally saw Billy Carson overshadow Jay-Z in terms of narrative.
Really?
On my timeline.
I thought it was Pat.
And then Pat overshadowed.
And then Pat.
And then Pat.
Right here, let me get that.
Pat, you took the air out of all of that.
Right. So as I was doing my review and I was doing my research and I was putting together my lecture, I put a flyer up with the biggest losers of 2024. And, I had to include the image of my good brother Billy with his head down, right? Not looking into the camera, because the fallout that I'm seeing and has basically turned into a forest fire is in regards to the way he handled his scandal. There was a clear loss that was taken in an intellectual debate, whether it was the fact that he was wounded or he wasn't up to the battle. It doesn't take away from the fact that there was a defeat, right? Because if it was him doing it to somebody else, I would have had to call it for what it is. But what exasperated it and what caught the wildfire is the fact that he made a response video. And as you pointed out so eloquently, that there's been something about the response in the retrograde that has not fared well for people that are being accused of things, right? So he was accused of losing a debate. and his response was not him admitting defeat, similar to when Kamala Harris was defeated and she did not want to concede in the speech that night in Howard University and left all of her supporters and the people that were riding for her kind of like left up to their own conclusion as to what is taking place. So there's a lot of evidence that exists online, and unfortunately it's in the hands of some good editors, but they were able to counter a lot of the arguments that the man was making in his reply video, which has been taken down as the time that we're speaking. It was a 3-hour video that was removed, but prior to it being removed, it created a cottage industry of reaction and response videos that were mostly in a negative about questioning his character now, just based off of self-accusatory lines where they were saying that he was talking down. They were saying that, yeah, he was calling poor people were poor, poor people, 9-to-5ers. And,
I heard that.
It was some things that kind of like rub people the wrong way. And it doesn't help that he's going against a cult. Like he kind of like kicked a hornet's nest. And one of the things about these ants or these hornets is when they see you, when you're walking through and you're strong and you're tall, they won't attack you. But if you fall into their nest, they will. So the response versus the no response, right? The I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna address anything. I'm not gonna give it any energy, right? I'm gonna ignore certain things. I'm gonna just take the L and just, regroup, unplug for a minute and come back. But you don't hear nothing. You don't hear no response from me. You don't get no fuel and whatnot. And this is for everybody to learn from each other's mistakes and whatnot. Sometimes you can't feed this beast. So he fed him new content. It was almost like wood to a fire, and that was used against him. So he caught 2 L's like a Cool J. So that's what I saw. There are a lot of people who are like, well, I didn't like him because of what he said, and I'm not gonna do that. I don't have no like or dislike. I wish the brother all the luck in his endeavors. I wish him all the luck in his research, and I wish him the prestige that he deserves. There may be delusions of grandeur, people were saying, because of his self anointing of him being the best scholar ever in the universe, stuff like that. That's what attracts the detractors, the trolls, and certain people. Never let them see you sweat. His whiz, she was out there and acting like she was under attack, and then that kind of like brought the trolls out even more. So the response to the initial infraction has caused further infractions. That's what I see. Every year, Blue, if somebody in the community, one of the big teachers goes down, it's almost like a ceremony. Feel me? And it happens around December. Remember I remember the 2016 Civil War.
Was that Tariq and
It culminated
Umar?
with Umar in a hotel room.
Was that Sarah shooting? Was that
that was Sarah. Yeah, that was but that came out of, I believe that was a fallout from even with Sinetta. It was just a civil war around that time.
Sarah shooting and Polite, that was 2012, December.
Mm-hmm.
Right around. Hostess, yeah. They shot that out.
Shot that out, right? The setting of the suns. Then you had 2016. It was around the same time. You know what I mean? Now you have this time, and I'm sure that it's been other times as well. But I'm just as a researcher and just as a connoisseur of this culture, somebody who is a timekeeper, I'm just making those observations. So that's what that would be my observation. No malice, none whatsoever. Not even a letdown. I'm not taking anything that I'm seeing personal. It's just something to learn from, a lesson to be learned. Like, some people it's almost like watching an MMA fighter who may be equipped in certain defenses and offensive moves, but
Mm-hmm.
then they might be left open to other counter defense. So I think the counter defense of a debate, like the great debaters, the type of bare knuckle debating that started in Harlem with the SETIs and stuff like that, that might not be in his tool belt
Right.
of
Not his repertoire.
weaponry. That's not his repertoire. That's not in his weaponry. Um, even ways to engage what they would call your enemy, right? You have to kind of know your enemy to know how to engage with them. So that's it.
Okay. I mean that was some very helpful insight. I knew that you would be able to summarize it, in a way in which I could fully see it. I haven't been catching everything.
Yeah.
And like I said, my timeline, it just looked crazy, and I probably bumped in randomly, I guess, to one or two bills that were inflammatory, and they was flame throwing across the aisle. You know what I'm saying? They was taking shots at people that affiliated with him. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like,
Right.
man, everybody gonna catch a stray because of this.
Right.
They was attempting to utilize this as an avenue to call other people's credibility into question.
Right.
And once again, you would think that some people are insulated from that level of criticism because of their contributions to community. But it again shows you, especially during this time, because this is the mythological death of, the even though they celebrate the winter like it's the birth of Christ, this is the death of the Christos. It's when the sun gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically around this time, with Sagittarius and Ophiuchus combined in the cosmic skies to deliver the arrow, right? That the
Right.
archer Sagittarius blows the arrow to the heart Antares, right? And of the sun. Just when they put the sun in the grave for 3 months, what they call
Right.
3 days in scriptures, 3 months is called Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. It's when the sun dies and it remains underneath the equatorial line for those 3 months of winter and cold when it's dead. Or in the mythos, where they say Hades, Scorpio, hell, Hades takes Persephone into the underworld, Virgo,
Right.
till spring, until her mama come and gets her, right? Till the sun comes back past the equatorial line and starts his ascension back to Leo, back to the summer, back to the solstice. We bring heat back to the planet, life back to the planet. So as we go into the stages of death,
Right.
the sun is dead, the sun has to die. And whoever
Of
sits
course.
in the proverbial on the seat in this community as the Heru, you get cut up in 14 pieces like a saw.
Yes, you
You know,
do.
this was
Jason.
the mythos that played out in December of 2012 between Polite and Seti, and the person that was called Air Polite at the time, who people thought was the Heru, who I said 2012, because of what I witnessed in that lecture in the fallout afterward, I said, oh, we're looking at a hybrid. He said Heru. Did I not say that?
Mm-hmm.
Because he didn't take the victory. Right? They played the mythological game between Set and Heru was played out in that lecture. Right? Because what happened how did they play it out in the mythos? They said the Set grabbed the genitals of Heru and tore them out. And as a result, got the eye tore out or something like that. So homie was rocking the joint on his eye, right?
Right.
And said he came for Dr. York, his proverbial father, with a sexual allegation, right? Striking at his genitals.
Right.
You can put the Fally up on the screen, or the a quotation, a conversation he was having in one of his books about male genitalia, and it almost created a riot in the lecture. That's how reactionary the people on that side began. We had to get our Umi out of the building because the threat level was
It
was on
rose up real
orange and
fast.
red. That's how tense it was. So it was considered to be almost like a draw, that lecture, and it would be decided on a KTO program that me and Red was hosting as Chahudi. Oh, please. That's the story title in this community. Please, I hope nobody take a shot at me because I use that title. Tahuti, because we were the twins Gemini adjudicating the judgment of the battle between Set and Heru, which is what the mythos said that happened after, right? It gets adjudicated. They have to go to court, or the judge. And Tahuti, as a communicator, was the one that chose the deciding factor. And that's what happened. They came on KTL, but homie showed arrogance, right? Polite, and he kept harping on the sexual allegations and never claimed the victory. And then I was like, oh shit, this nigga can't even get past his ego. Oh, he's not Heru. He's Set Heru. He has the ability to be either one of those things. You feel me? And lo and behold, yeah, we get to see which one of those characters, won out in the West, right, where the kings go to die, right? So we almost see a rendering or a pairing of an individual in the community that equated themselves with Jehudi or Tahuti. So whatever mythological position Jehudi or Tahuti as a character plays in these overarching religious, because all of them have their own interchangeable characters in everybody's mythos. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So Tahuti's Tahuti and Kemet, but he might be Moses in Christianity, and he might be Abraham in his, all that stuff.
Right.
I gotta figure that shit out. Whoever Tahuti is across the systems, my nigga, check the temperature on that DST in your system, because whew,
right.
Yeah, some things is.
Do you want to go and what time is it? Oh, it's 8:30. It's
yes,
I know you about to land your plane.
Yep.
All right. So what I may do is I'm gonna drop the link and bring some people on the platform and let them speak their minds on this Friday the 13th, whatnot.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah. I heard some. I saw in the chat there was a request, so I'll fulfill that request and make that happen. We at the 2-hour mark, so we'll probably go another half an hour.
And I wanna finish saying this. Because of that period in time from 2008 to 2012, right, during the reign of Obama, I would always say in a community that the archetype of the Leo, it came into consciousness around the same time that it came into politics in this country when Obama became president. Him being a Leo, right, the king of kings and the leader of the free world, to sit in the position of president of the United States of America, regardless of whether it was just symbolic, that was a very dignified title to hold. That was a very powerful seat for a melanated butt to be sat in. And in consciousness, there was also people that came into consciousness to assume the role of leadership based on their Leo aspects, which Leo equates to ego as well. And that would be Polite. That would be Dr. Umar, right? Umar got in the community around 2010. Polite came in at 2009. And just this continuance of Leo, the Leo energy equating with leadership, and the observation of, the Leo archetype is the archetype of the king. But the king is the person who's, the servant to the most amount of people, not the person who has the most amount of servants. You know what I'm saying? So we revisit this continuous conversation around leadership in our community and what does it entail? How do you directly guide and lead people? You know what I'm saying? When there's a question of, I want to say the word equality, but that's really not the word that I'm looking for. It's an equanimity factor, right? I am me because you are you. And it's not a hierarchy where I'm higher than you or I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? We have to find a commonality amongst one another. So this conversation where people are talking down on other people or appearing to, come across as higher status, all of that craziness, you know what I'm saying? That's not uniquely consciousness. That's an aspect of consciousness that crept into consciousness when it started dividing and demarcating consciousness based on who got what. When materialism crept into consciousness and capitalism and commercialism kind of overtook the cultural aspects of consciousness, that's when the piston test started, becoming ever more so valid. Now, it's, finances is a necessary and needed part of any and everything. You know what I'm saying? So being, as in the words of Billy Carson, being woke don't mean broke. You feel me? But there's an air of arrogance that we should never put between us and the people. You feel me? And we can never become so high and elevated that we're totally disconnected from the people who we are conjoined to, who we speak for, who we speak to. You feel me? And I think that people are saying that they feel that some of that was on display. There was an air of arrogance, and they felt that they was being spoken down to. And, there's a demarcation that was created in terms of, I'm over here with it, y'all over there with it.
Right.
That's a deadly mistake that a leader can potentially make, especially leading into 2025. And I understand that populist politics, because mind you, we might be in an eat the rich era, but the people are under the deodorant of billionaires. Why they don't want to eat them, right? How have the billionaires become the spokespeople for the people at the lower economic stratas and strongs, but they don't look at them as the enemy because they are operating under populist politics. And they have figured out the political approach to make these people identify them as one of their own, even if they amongst them is the richest person on the planet. Right? But somehow they can never be blamed for the economic turmoils that these people are feeling or the pinch. Not the person that's, $400 billion.
Yeah, not him.
Yeah, anybody but him. So the 1% have the concentrated wealth of the 90%.
Right.
On the planet, the 1%ers have the concentrated wealth of the 90% percentile of people on the planet. We're talking out of 8 billion people, y'all. 1%.
One.
Them dudes that they kept telling y'all about, the 1%ers. Yeah. They have the concentrated wealth of the 90% percentile of people on the planet.
Yes, sir.
Feel me? So it's not a very smart place to report live from a place of privilege, and you are separate from the people, but you still are contingent and dependent upon the people's ear, attention, support, involvement, right? To make you the person that can flex and talk about how important you are because you have so many X amount of views. But then you going against Christian zealots and telling them about their Lord or their religion, and you are professing to be the very thing that is written about in those books to bring the religion alive, to make it a living testament, and you can't get out of that because then they can wrap them words around your throat and tighten the noose. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, you one of them principalities, huh? And then again, because they are Christian zealots, my genius, you're just getting you're just getting you're getting a smidget, an appetizer about what they fin to be on once they get fully in position politically, and the Christian conservatives come outside and they be like, yo, this is a Christian country now, and we're going to war to take it back. And who want what? You know what I'm saying? We doing home visits and all that. What's good? Drop your pen. Yeah, we pulling up. Every day is purge. What happening? Yeah, we just needed a reason. We ain't like y'all to begin with, so what's good?
They just need a reason.
Yeah, don't make that mistake. You know what I'm saying? Don't make that mistake, bro. Like, you need to find you something that you are zealot about. That's the whole thing. Because now you're surrounded by zealots, and they already declared a culture war on woke. What you think that's about? Oh, all them people that say that we not who we say we are. Yeah, we finna wash y'all up.
They got their own community saying the same shit we saying, just about themselves.
They come from a community saying the same stuff that we saying about ourselves. They're just saying it about them.
Right.
And they're willing to stand on business for theirs. They're like, we'll wash you. They come from a world now where they're saying disagreement, and it's the same thing that goes. This is the juxtaposition and the flip side of Luigi, because Luigi is showing you the sociological ethos of where disagreement is going in society. Disagreement now, especially in the Trump era, is met with redemption, and retribution immediate.
Confrontational consciousness.
Confrontational consciousness, rebelliousness, right? Kendrick as a backdrop, GNX. They like, we're not going to debate it out. We're going to shoot it out. And whoever's left standing after that, we're going to duel it out and gruel it out. Look, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We've taken your criticism far too long. We're ready to clap back. We're going to clap back.
Octagon. Yeah.
Ready to be in the octagon. Let's scrap. Let's go to war. Let's go all out with it. Let's crash out.
I was hearing Wesley Muhammad's name like put out there as a worthy opponent for West Huff. What do you think?
I think that that would be extraordinary for the good brother. Again, it would just have to be weighed out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Where are we going with this? Yeah, what's the goal here? Because you got to be willing to take them. You got to be willing to go there with it, because they're gonna go there. They're going there, and they're gonna make it a national issue. They're gonna galvanize their base. You feel me?
Yeah.
And they're not gonna slow up. And then they're gonna make it something. They're gonna make it political, because Wesley is Muslim. You feel me? And again, they're looking for an excuse, bro.
Man, listen, the guy that claimed he was Homeboy's friend, that when I was on the thing with Lord Jamar, he even went as far as to say that in our conscious community, the white conscious community, we all just be faking. None of us really be, you know, we not really cool with one another. We all just doing it for the look and the money. So that's how I know you a fraud. He went as far as to put his own community in the shit to say you wanted to be down with us so bad. That's
Right.
how I know you was really a fraud to begin with, because we ain't even on that type of time. But what you're not gonna do is send me a cease and desist and think I'm gonna let you slide with that shit. I'm taking this whole shit down. And that's the shit we really gotta be mindful of before we think somebody ice is colder. We're gonna take all of our shit over there because we want to get better looks and we want to be the billionaire. We want to have all this shit to look down.
Because when they turn,
Because when they turn, they go.
they're gonna turn. So
like they will blow their
this
shit
next
up.
4 years, the Jake Paul effect, the dude Penny, the dude who shot homie in the subway, who they about to have him with Trump this weekend at the football game. So that's Bernard Getz 2024, right? They just basically deputized their people, say, yeah, we need more vigilantes. You know, your white friends are gonna turn on you guys. You know what I mean? All of that stunting that y'all was doing and showboating, and yeah, they're beginning to turn. And I was listening, like I was listening to when Billy left the debate, the white boy was talking to Wes Huff. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is like I say, you got to learn from the public displays of lessons that are getting put out there. That's why we dissect this celebrity news and things of that nature, because all of it is a lesson. It's all the procession. It's all as above, so below. But I'm sharing with y'all, you want to be very careful as to who you claim allegiance with, because people are going heavy for their own moving forward. And they're going to shake that quote unquote facade, that fake ass facade that they had where they was team you. And when you see them fangs come out, you're going to get your feelings hurt. Like that shit hurt me just watching homie sit there like, yeah, you know, I mean, it was disgusting, bro. It was like Agent Smith in the Matrix. It was like watching Cypher at the steakhouse.
That part, nigga.
You know? Yeah, I gotta watch who y'all call y'all peoples like that. Y'all gotta watch, because they call that the illusion of inclusion. As they cutting them DIE programs, they cutting them DIE relationships, they cutting them fake DIE friendships, that all lives matter shit that they was lying to y'all. The day this man get inaugurated, they're gonna take their toupee off and show you who they really are. So you better I hope you're not that much invested or contracted into that world or into that matrix, because you could get stuck in that ship that they're about to sink. You know, that ship is going down. You feel me? And they were eating crow for years, dealing with our the traders, the people who was backdooring their own kind. And then, you know, it's gonna show. Gonna show. Somebody said it reminds me of the whole Terrence Howard situation.
Facts. Jesus Christ.
Saw what Joe Rogan and them had did when they was lining them up. Did you see how they got on Cole to line him up to discredit everything that he said? Brush that shit out of here. He put points on the board. He was gonna retire his jersey. The week later, they said
he been gone ever since.
He been gone ever since.
Lost to the algorithm. Washed.
What? The recommend, they not sending no toupee videos my way no more. And then he linked up, and by him linking up with Billy, that made them the duo to sync, right? They had to, these are the Anunnaki guys, these are the threats, these are the ones who are pushing a narrative, even if I might not be the narrative that everybody agreed to. It still was kind of like, you know, It's going up against their intellectualism, because it's intellectual warfare at the end of the day. This is a war of ideas and concepts, narratives, formulas.
Right. And it goes to identity.
It goes to
back to
identity.
identity. You feel me?
Right.
So yeah, man, I appreciate you
Yes, sir.
putting
Peace
it in
to God.
perspective. Hold on. I'm not spinning out that quick. Say my piece. Yeah, I appreciate you putting it in perspective. That will allow me to see it as such. Hopefully, people in the audience were also able to, pick up what you're putting down in regards to this, because I see a lot of people getting confused and thrown. Again, segueing even the Andrew Schultz situation, that's what they think about you. You feel me? That's how they feel. The gloves is off, the mask is off. You feel me? And they coming at you like a Mack truck. You feel me? With no brakes. And they're telling you how they feel about you specifically.
Facts.
So we have some reassessing to do, right? Keep your eyes on the prize, stay aspirational. It's way bigger than this. Don't allow this to, occupy your gaze all of your days, and this becomes the weight of your reality. You have to ascend above it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because now they got, it's weird. The whole place is engaged in a conversation. To me, they're still low level because they're talking about Christianity from a space where it hasn't even the veracity of it is no longer being challenged altogether. We already lost jurisdiction because we over there talking about it. You feel me? In ways that it don't even deserve to be spoken about until you establish jurisdiction first. So
Somebody should have called Pope Pablo.
Should have called Pope Pablo. You know what I'm saying? But these things too shall pass.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
But yeah, I look forward to your end of the year breakdown, because I know you will also, continue to put these things in perspective. Family, hit the link in the bio for the New Year's. Sign up for the RSVP. Pull up on your family. Pull up on your peoples. Let's celebrate life. Let's get ready for 2025 in the most fantastical way. You feel me? And that is with that 2025 clarity and vision. You can't get caught slipping. All right?
Definitely.
Yes. And with that, once again, thank you to the KTL family. It has been amazing. And I'm going to get my 7 to 8 hours. You dig?
No doubt. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. So, family, what we're going to do right now is I'm going to drop the StreamYard link in the chat. Y'all talking that shit. So we'll see if y'all pull up. You know what I mean? If you don't pull up, I go back to doing my research and go back in the lab. It's all good. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's Friday. You know what I mean? We got our Kibulon 44 coming up this strong end. And we do have another special guest. I don't want to say his name. I want to just pop him, pop up with the brother and do it like that. But Tuesday, we're bringing back Techno Tuesdays, inshallah, with Spin City, and we'll be teaching you about Sora. This is a commercial real quick for Sora. This is the magic of Sora. Check it out. This doesn't have any music to it. I'm gonna add some music. I'm gonna jazz it up. This is all AI. I generated all of this using prompts. This is the future. This is how we'll be able to make documentaries, faceless channels, content that could go viral that you get paid for. $1,000 every 1 million streams. Just think about that. $1,000 every 1 million stream. You do 40 million, 50 million, then you collect your check. It's as simple as that. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Feel me? Shout out to the Mandem. I know people who they moving outside the country when they ban TikTok. They getting so much money on TikTok. They like, I'm going wherever TikTok is going. We got people pulling up. So check this out. These are some of the drones that we were telling you about. Drones over the airport and whatnot. It's getting real. You feel me? It's getting real. Ain't no regular. You know, this is some time. This is some time when we are. So we got drones over LaGuardia Airport. Drones over New York. Drones over LaGuardia. Planes are still at the airport. They're not shutting down the airport, right? So if it was anything foreign, any type of foreign, they would shut the airport down. Let me go into the people that called in. We got guests in the building. Sirius Master K, Trueborn, what up? Peace. Sirius. Peace. All right. Can y'all hear me on the thing?
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Cam Amazing. Peace.
Yeah. Peace, guy.
Peace.
Man, I'm laughing because a lot of people sleeping on the fact that the Saturn return is about to happen for everybody that's, turning 50. I think it's 58.
When is that gonna happen?
Well, I'm saying the Saturn return for people at the age of 58. So you got Puff, you got Jay-Z, shit, Mike Tyson. They within the next decade, they all gonna be within their Saturn return. So they had a high point in their first Saturn return. Now we looking at the low point in the Saturn return because it's all about that.
Right.
So
interesting. That's a very interesting observation.
But yeah, I definitely saw it. Like after the fight, I was like, "Oh, this is way," because Mike had his whole ass out, man. Because think about it, in 2029, that's all we gonna remember. Mike had his ass out. He got beat by Jake Paul.
Nothing else.
It's a wrap.
No, nothing else stay on my mind about that whole night, but his damn cheeks out and getting whooped on by the white boy.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, even if I agreed to throw the fight, I'd have just knocked his ass out and just blew the. I mean, I come on. They can't pay you enough money, huh?
He could have put him down one time.
At least once. It's like if somebody says you're gonna get 20 million for the fight, how much is the payoff? And then when you weigh that out, you say to yourself, if I would have just took the 20 million and naturally knocked him out, I would have got endorsement deals, sponsorships. Like I'd have, you know what I mean? I would have made that same money that I'm getting paid under the table. I'd have made that in betting. I'd have made that everywhere else. Because it's like
they definitely got it put elsewhere. And that's the colder part, is because of course it's a new guard. Of course the new money coming in. But it's all set up so everybody got to pay their allegiance or get washed out. That's what it's really about.
That's crazy.
That's what it's about, because I done seen it. I was like, when Trump was in office, it's like everybody was like, man, crypto was hella low. It didn't jump back until the Democrats got in office. But now I look at it like this: if crypto is at $100,000, that means there are a lot of $1 million, multi-million-dollar deals getting traded on the black market, black web, and those secrets is going down. They getting traded, and that's the currency. Because everybody forget, for a long time, if you know where crypto first got started getting used for escorts. So that was the thing, way back when. Yeah. So it's always been an underground thing.
The scammers, they were using it for the credit card numbers and shit like that.
Yeah. So it's always been an underground thing. And when you look at the market, it's like, man, just $1 million secrets getting thrown around. Traded like baseball cards right now. The vote's been opened up. Clarence Savant is gone. And it's a cold game.
It's a cold game. They playing heavy blackmail out there. They
Oh
lining
yeah.
a lot of people
I want
up.
to put out something because I think Sharif Bey, I want to credit him just because he told me go read the book, The Monkey and the Tetrahedron, that's talking about the events happening in 2030. That's, all cosmic and combining and interlocking, and everybody's looking at it from one side, but then shit, we looking at the stars. Oh, it's all type of shit going down.
Right.
Man. But hey, brother, I'm going to definitely tap in with you. Hey, Tuesday
Appreciate you, bro.
again with the AI, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's on Tuesday. On Tuesday's show, we're gonna be doing the AI show.
Okay, definitely. I definitely am interested in that.
All right, tap in, man. We got you. We're gonna be teaching everybody that.
Oh yeah, always, always.
All
Definitely.
right. Salute.
Yep, blessings.
Indeed. All right. We got Indigod Ether in the building. Salute. Salute. Peace to the God.
Peace, peace, peace. What's good?
What's good with you, man?
Not much. I'm in Charleston right now. You know what I mean?
Okay. What's good out there?
It's a little foodies event, but Charleston got some powerful history to it. You know what I mean?
Man, I went out there. I was resonating with it. I went to Angel Oaks in South Carolina. You been there yet? Yeah. It's like a humongous tree.
Mm.
And you'll feel the energy. I'm talking about you don't even got to touch the tree. The whole energy of the area is just charged up and whatnot.
It's from that water, that powerful water coming from right off the coast.
Very powerful water and whatnot. Very powerful water.
Mm.
So what's good with you, bro?
What's good? I just hopped in here. You know what I mean? And,
Yes, sir.
Tap the link. You know what I'm saying? Show my face on here.
Let the family in Charleston know where you at in case there's an event, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let them know the address so they can pull up. You know how they do that in real time.
Oh yeah, I'm at the Exchange Market.
Okay.
Charleston. It's called the Foodies Event Fest. They got all food. You know what I'm saying? It's a little food event, but I'm there selling crystals.
Let's see the crystals. Let's see what you got.
Oh man, I ain't even there right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm in the elevator but going downstairs right now.
Dope.
Right now, let me show you what I got on. It's a rose quartz. I just made this yesterday.
That's fire.
Rose quartz with the carnelian little ring.
Yeah, that's fire.
A little finger.
What's your IG?
My IG is Chris K Crystals.
Let me write that down.
Yes, sir.
Chris Gate.
Chris K Crystals.
How you spell that?
CHRIS with a K.
Okay.
And crystals.
Got you.
So, what y'all talking about?
Just everything that's going on in the news, mostly about they got the drones and whatnot over New Jersey and the Eastern Seaboard, all over New York and Jersey and whatnot. We was just, contemplating what that's about. Okay. You know what I mean? Not trying to be so direct to say I know what it is, but just acknowledging that either the government is up to their little tricks and whatnot, trying to close out. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Because you know how they be.
My question to you is, what was the best event that you attended this year?
The best event I attended this year was Gathering of the Masters. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Best event. That event is still reverberating through the timelines. You know what I'm saying? I'm still getting people hitting me up. I'm still contacting, working with people from the event, and it's
you made an impact at the event. You made an impact. You know what I mean? I was seeing you getting your vend on. You was connecting with people. They were drawing naturally to you and whatnot. Your demonstration. Brother Rich is going to be he's going to be satisfied when he sees the year in review. And when I say about the Gathering of the Masses, I'm going to talk about my top 10 experiences for the year, and that sits very high on that pyramid. Yeah. Like that was a W experience. Like the Gathering of the Masters saved my year.
Facts.
Real talk. It was such a high that it helped really balance and save my whole year. Because I'll talk about it at the thing, but yeah, That's what's up. We got
And,
other people.
okay. And I
Yeah.
appreciate you for letting me on here too.
Huh?
I appreciate you for letting me on here too.
All day. We gotta bring the family on board. Let everybody, you know what I mean, to meet the network. It's one thing to hear from me, but every now and then we gotta hear from us. You feel me?
It's all about the community for real.
Yeah. So is this your IG right there? Is that proper?
Yes, sir. Chris K Crystals. With a C though. Crystals with a C.
Crystals with a C?
Yeah, Crystals with a C.
Okay, I'll change that.
Yeah. And I had just did a live with Q Reeves too.
Oh,
So
shout
y'all
out
should
to
check that
Q
out.
Reed.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my brother. And I actually met him at the gathering too. That's how we connected at the gathering. So it's still going, like I said, you know what I mean?
See? I mean, look, it's supposed to last forever though. The real connections last forever. Like imagine meeting somebody at Woodstock.
Mm-hmm.
It's just naturally thought that you're supposed to rock with that person. You know what I mean? Because that was such a foundational event.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm literally, yeah. Like somebody asked the name of the event in Charleston again.
Foodies Fest. FOO.
Foodies Fest.
Yeah, with 2 E's. Like foodies.
So that's for the foodies that like to stuff their face with some good food.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Big back. They
What
got
time
big
y'all
back
close?
there. They start at 1 o'clock, end at 7, and it's free to get in.
Okay.
I got a 20-foot setup too. I got a big crystal setup. You know what I mean? Right there in the entrance. So y'all gonna see.
So that's tomorrow.
Yes,
and
tomorrow.
The weekend is the whole weekend.
Whole weekend. Yep.
Okay, and today's the setup day.
Yeah, today was the setup day. We was vending today too.
Okay, dope. Let me take this next call. We will connect. Salute, you know what I mean? Good luck with everything.
Prosperity
and
too.
Yeah, we hope to see you in the A when you come back through.
I'm definitely coming back through.
No doubt. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace.
Peace, family.
Peace to the good brother Landolus. No, how I pronounce that?
It's Landocious.
Landocious in his whole Landocious.
I put it like that because it's Lando, so us. So you can't hear me?
Yes, I can.
That's cool. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah, brother, it's been a good year as far as I'm concerned. Really laid back year.
But a lot of challenges for you this year?
We made it through it. Yes.
A lot of challenges for you this year?
Yes, for the whole family, really. I just lost an uncle last week. My uncle Mike Jones over there in Mississippi. Yeah, he one of my favorite uncles.
To you and your family, King.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we making it, man. We became #1 this year on n1m.com worldwide, which is a good thing. And
N1M?
by listening to you, n1m.com.
Okay, let me write that down. I'll check that out. What does that consist of?
Music.
Yes.
Dope.
Yes. Salute, King. Salute on that. That's big.
Yes, sir. Thank you. But you inspired me. I found out about y'all Bandzoogle.
Yes, the Bandzoogle, right?
Yeah, the Bandzoogle. So I started putting my music on there, and it inspired me to start making more and more music. So now I'm up to like 70 albums, man. I just been pushing it out, man. I mean, God and opened up so many doors with Brother Ben X and things of that nature, far as music and avenues of how to get it all together. It's on a whole nother level, man.
Look at that. Look at God working. You feel me?
Yes.
That's powerful.
Yes, sir.
Nah, that's honest, yo. It brings a smile to my heart when I meet people that are just doing. Yeah. It's just doing. You know what I mean? Like just the doers. I love to hear from the doers, man, because I'm a doer. I could talk about shit that I'm doing literally all day and things that I want to do as well. I'm just a doer at heart. So to meet other doers, I just say salute, man. And sky's the limit, bro. Sky's the limit. Kick that fucking door down. You know what I mean?
I'm striving at it, brother. You know, I'm up to like my 70th album, but my music is starting to change. I do all genres, but it's more. I notice my music because I'm listening to the crowd and everybody that comments and stuff. It's starting to cater more to family, man. It's real. The music is more. It's what they're loaning for is music for the whole family.
For the whole family,
bringing families together. Yeah, all this the pimping and stuff. It's like we don't have that music that's bringing families together. We got too many. We got over 70% single families out here. You got fathers out here can't even take care of their children, or let alone see their children. It's just too much of this, and we need to bring them together the right way.
That's right, and I feel that one of the things that I'll cover in 2024 when we review the year is the winners, and the losers for the year. And there's a lot of losers on the losing side that were progenitors of said culture or that frequency that you say that we ain't with no more. Like they took a lot of L's this year. They it was a telltale sign about their trajectory, because if one thing is going down, something else is coming up.
That's right.
The soul, people are bringing that old school sound back. Kendrick Lamar, he brought the bars back. He brought a little bit of different energy, a different frequency.
Y'all tracks, that's hot. That's hot.
44, the 48 Pillars of Power, the mixtape that we did where we was like, yo, we gotta rap, we gotta bring the bars back, we gotta, we have to do. And I was on some old Kendrick shit. I was like, fuck the double entendres. Like, I want you to feel me. You know what I mean? So me and Blue, we was rapping so the fam could feel us. And for anybody that was on the Bandzoogle page is back up. Definitely go and stream that mixtape. That mixtape is up there, free 99. You could go ahead and enjoy that. Or if you want to purchase it, you could buy it and support us. Vinyl is coming soon. We will have vinyl in the cassette. It will be coming soon for that project. And then we're going to work on some more. You said 70 albums, right? 70?
Yep, I'm past 70 albums, really. I put like I work on 3 or 4. My fans and things, I call them family. They know how I do. I on N1 m.com. I put my music over there, rough drafts and everything, so they can hear it, and I start to see what they really liking by the numbers that's listening,
right?
And things of that nature. Yeah,
crowdsourcing,
which bring about the albums.
That's the future of music, though. You're literally in the future. I promise you. Big name brand artists are going to be doing that next year, where they're going to let people in on the creative process from the stripped down version. I mean, like J. Cole is doing something of that nature with this rollout, where he's giving people an inside look. Drake did that with the 100 gigs when he dropped all of that back. You know what I mean? They got the NFT, when the NFTs was popping, people were selling their sessions and their stems. So you wanted something.
That's gonna come
keep
back.
Creating. Keep creating assets, keep creating content, because that is where the money is at. That's where the residuals are at in this new content creation era. What state you live in?
I'm down here in Dallas. Down here in Dallas,
I'm
Texas.
interested in. Yeah, we need to do a little Texas run. Me, Blue, Spence City, and a few other people with innovation and with the services and the products. I want to do a Dallas spin. I want to go to Austin. I want to go to Dallas. I want to go to Houston and San Antonio and do some work. I spend maybe a week or 2 out there and just create. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just create.
We need more people to get some land down here too. I mean, the ones that really got the money. Yeah. We get this. This is a good spot, far as in the future coming up. You know how things going to be, far as with land. So, but I don't see nobody really getting the land down here in Texas that's of melanated culture. I see them over there in Georgia, but I'm not really hearing no bells ringing over here in Texas area.
Right.
Yeah. And then you got Elon Musk. He got them houses, them 30,000, 50,000 houses. All you got to do is get the land and put the house on it. You don't really need nothing else around unless you want to build your well out there. But I mean, all you need is the house.
You could order that from Amazon these days. They got it to where it's a house. That shit could get dropped by a drone.
Yep.
You feel me? Like,
ain't nothing holding us back but us.
Ain't nothing holding us back but us. And I'm not one for the talking. I'm more of an action-oriented person. But I'm just letting everybody know when we're ready and we make that call to action, just respond. You feel me? And let us know that y'all ready, because we not gonna talk about it, but when we're ready, we're gonna let you know that it's ready. And boom. You know what I mean? So we starting this content house right here in Atlanta. This is a call to action. We want y'all to come through and bless the spot. We want y'all to see the benefits of what we have to offer. This is about helping other people make quote unquote assets, right? Legacies and whatnot. You know, they could turn.
How's the bar going over there, man?
Huh?
How's the bar going over there? I haven't seen y'all putting up no videos and stuff on the bar lately.
Where? At the Royal Chamber?
Yeah, the juice bar and stuff. Yeah, with the food.
Which one was that?
Y'all had a grand opening and y'all did a performance up there. Yeah.
So with the Royal Chamber, we were sharing the venue with another one of our business partners, and he was doing what is known as the after hours in Atlanta. Like, we had a certain amount of hours that we were doing Royal Chamber, and then we would allow another tenant to come in and do it after hours. And this is in Buckhead. You familiar with Buckhead?
Yes, I lived in Georgia. Yeah.
So as you know, Buckhead had succumbed to an unruly type of crowd. And in the year 2000, I think it was in 2023, after hours, not at our venue, after hours, like 5 a.m., there was a shooting that occurred in a parking lot. You feel me? And as a result of that, the venue was basically shuttered by Atlanta PD because of the fact that, of what took place. So that whole, that whole situation and whatnot, you know what I mean?
It's three more doors to open up from that, man. You just
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I would check Riverdale area. Yeah.
You know what? There's a spot that I've been looking at in close to Conyers. You feel me? Okay. Close to Conyers, more so the Riverdale thing. I like Riverdale. A sister of mine, America Sutton, she opened something in East Point, which is like it's gonna be like a space that we'll be doing showcases and venues. It's also a studio. It's a built-in studio there. But we got the spot on Edgewood, and that's going to serve food as well. But even with the Royal Chamber, the food thing and the music is cool, but we need to do work. There's work to be done. So even we used to want to do podcasts and stuff in there, but it was too much conflict of interest, because you do a podcast, but people are eating and talking. You can't tell them to be quiet and whatnot. You feel me?
I would check into some of that stuff the Black Panthers was doing with they venues too, man. To really gather the people together.
Yeah.
Gather the people together, and they have the speeches and things in that nature, but they put their resource together and go out there and do it. He gather them up and talk to them about it, then they go on out there and do it right then and there.
But now we live in a new day and age where you could gather people up in physical and in digital and speak to hundreds and even thousands and whatnot from your venue. So the future is here, and we have it to whereas we could bring, creatives into a space and start to generate income just with their imagination and whatnot. You feel me? We can monetize your projects. We can help you with your licensing and the publishing and all of the other intricate business details that some people may not know about when it comes to these digital assets like video and music. Every video that I have online, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's a music video, I'm supposed to get residuals from each time somebody presses play.
Yeah, I need somebody that can do them videos like you were showing earlier, man. And my man from the other day, Techno, and man, that's gonna take stuff to a whole. I ain't even got to do nothing to say it.
So,
Oh my goodness!
if we missed crypto, if we missed out on all of this other stuff, we gotta, you know what I mean? We gotta be early to some party. Can't be late to all of the parties. So this is another party that we have the opportunity to be early to before it takes off and gets into a place where we can't get on board and whatnot. And I'll even tell people, get on top of the AI train. It's going to catch up to the crypto train. You'll be able to generate Ethereum, XRP, and Bitcoin by using the AI to create something. Feel me? Because that's a digital asset that people will begin to pay for. It's going to generate funds. You feel me? There's going to come a time where you'll be able to accept crypto for something that you created from Sora, or something that you created from Midjourney, or something that you created using the AI and whatnot.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Get on board early though. Don't wait for it, because by the time you wait for something, it's too damn late. You know what I mean? So
I've been trying to get into that, man, since last time I seen my man on your show, and I'm just too busy. I got too much going on. Just the music alone, you know how long that take just to drop music and stuff. Yeah, it's so much. Man. I need some help. I need some help, man.
Well,
for real.
10 minds is gonna work better than one. That's why we're doing members only. You know what I mean? Members only, so we don't have to worry. We could cater to people who are members, right? Part of the collective and whatnot. We need members. We don't need, I know, new friends, only people with EINs. I'm only doing business to business. We're only working with other businesses with EINs, no new friends. And with the collective, not the individual, that experiment is not necessarily working too good for our people.
Right.
We have to begin to utilize more of a group formula.
That's right.
Begin
unity.
To trap.
You're right.
I don't even know if the word is unity. I would just say more of a group collective, a network effect.
Right.
And
5 to 6 like minds. You're right.
Got to move with that, because we tried everything else out. It's time to try that one out and see where it takes us and whatnot.
Well, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. You know, as far as that go, I mean, when the next meeting?
I believe that the next meeting will be on New Year's Eve when we're at the Content House. We're going to have a live stream, not of the whole day. There's going to be like a 2 or 3 hour segment that we will live stream. And that will be the meeting where we address the new members, potential members, and the brothers and sisters that are online around the world about what our plans are and what it is that we've been cooking up in this year and whatnot.
Yeah, I got to do something new, different, man. I mean, that's I was just talking to my man about that. I need to do some bigger and newer things, because all this old stuff is dead to me. The clubs and this, I got my passport on the way, man. I got to travel, do something, man, because this is boring. All this stuff these young people doing is boring.
I just told my Wiz, I was like, Spirit is really compelling me to get up and go. And I was asking her if that's something that she want to do. You feel me? Like, I'm like, are you built for that? Is this something that you would like to do? Because I'm literally, I might unplug for 6 months. I'm something that's making me just put shit in storage and go.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, well, I was kind of thinking about that. And I'm like, yeah, I wasn't just kind of thinking about that. Like, that shit is burning me right now. It's calling me. And the way that I move, like, I could couch surf. You know what I mean? I could, you feel me? Like, I do rugged travel. You feel me? Like, I'm the type of dude to go to a country with no bags.
Warrior style. Right.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
I'll get on a flight. You know how they charging at Spirit and Frontier for the bags? I'm getting on with no bags. And I get my shit when I get there.
Right, right.
Like,
put the hustle on,
good.
sales.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't travel in fear. I know wherever I plant my feet, you are who you was before you got here, and it ain't where you're from. It's where you at. I'm Gucci. You know what I mean? I got a passport from Brooklyn, and that guarantees that we live anywhere around the world. And I've tried it since I was a teenager, I've been a jet setter. You know what I mean? I've been jet setting around the world since a teenager. So I could pull up.
Yeah, some people told me about you before I even met you, man. That I was up in Maine and you was in New York then, and it was like, you look like the twin. I'm like, they didn't even have it wasn't even MySpace out yet. So I heard your name was ringing though. I was like, I don't know nothing about no twin. Yeah, but yeah,
because
you was already ringing
you know how people say twin these days. Like that was literally what they called me, more so me before my brother. Before they was using the word twin, it was just when they said the word twin in New York, they were talking about me specifically and whatnot. That's what the name was back in those days. And you know, we've come a long way, you know what I mean? But to be honest with you, based off of the work that's about to be done and the potential that the work has, like it's okay to live multiple lives, because these next 5 years leading up to 2030 is going to be a whole new life.
That's right.
It's going to be a whole new life, you know.
It's going to
pop
off.
We can't forget where we came
really
from.
About to pop off.
Huh?
It's really about to pop off next year. I mean, if anybody haven't seen the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan tape, it was a tape then when it first came out, and it's called Can She Avert It? America. Can she avert it?
Yeah,
it's
come
a
out
tape.
of her.
It's a come out of her.
Part
and
of
he
that
goes
series.
and breaking this all down, man. He breaks all this down, what we're going through now. And then I went back and doing them calculations again, and through the calculations, it came out to 2025.
Look, to the point where they're on national television saying the word mothership in the wheel. That alone is you never heard that in mainstream media. This is all Nation of Islam rhetoric. This is all Nation of Islam dog whistle. They started that conversation. They perfected that in what we know as the Black community way before multiple Europe, because there was always small pockets and niches of European people speaking about Anunnaki, speaking about the crafts. There were small pockets of them. Nothing like what you see right now with this whole where every damn Republican is you know what I mean, into shit like this, or not even. I'm just saying, so many.
Well, they was Masons anyway, but you know they wasn't not
was
like
hidden though.
You're right.
You could say it all day in front of them, and they would never admit that you.
That's right.
Were right.
Yep, that's right.
They were oblivious to acknowledging that. Now they're trying to. They be in my inbox trying to teach me some shit. I'm like, fam, if you don't take your mustard, come get this mayonnaise.
With his fizz, yeah.
You feel me? Like if you don't get.
But it's a lot of people still don't know that though, man. They don't even know a lot of Masons.
Right. Imagine the millions of melanated people who didn't experience that awakening, and they're susceptible to white folk on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or YouTube regurgitating information or being authoritative about certain things when that was not what they were on before. They're not the authorities on it. They adapted it. The authorities on it are deceased master teachers that people don't even say their names anymore. You know, shout out to Dr. Delbert Blair, somebody whose name should have been spoken more highly by his acolytes or his students for that matter, and they tended to overlook him and try to, you know, when somebody don't say your name, it's almost like they're trying to erase you from history. So if you're saying anything about
like they did Honorable Elijah Muhammad,
right? There's a succession of names that you should just say just to give thanks or ask permission to speak before you even start talking. Like I make sure to say Black Dot. When I get into my bag where I'm decoding, I'm like, yo, Professor Griff, Black Dot. You know what I'm talking about? Steve Coakley, my master teacher, Dr. Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett. Like
I wouldn't be where I'm at.
I'm giving you foundation reference points. I mean, it's
Solid
not about
foundation.
me. I'm like, yo, Hakeem Bey, Taj Tariq Bey, Sister Roz.
And when you don't, and when you know, when you was doing that years ago, I had never heard a lot of those guys. I went back and started researching them. Profound, man.
Straight up.
Profound.
Straight
Yeah.
up. That's why
I
we
remember when
leave
I
them
first, I'm like, let me
breadcrumbs
go
with
back and
people.
yeah,
them Easter eggs. And it's like, if you in this community and you're not speaking the names of your ancestors to teach all of these new people that are on your line and whatnot, then that's a red light to me. I'm like, well, God damn it, what are we doing here? You know what I mean?
Every year is a new generation coming out of high school, man, and college. We
and
need
they
to
got
do this
it right.
every year.
And until we get the textbooks, and until we take over the textbooks and whatnot, the only books that we got are the walk-in libraries, such as myself and all of the other people that are entrusted
library.
to keep the ancestors alive in the hearts and minds of the people and not make it about them.
Yeah.
It's enough room. It ain't 24 hours in a day, my nigga. You can't take up the whole 24 hours and want somebody to watch you all day.
I know, right?
That's not how it works.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Dr. Delbert Blair, I'm gonna upload some of the videos that we did with Dr. Delbert Blair. You know, I missed.
See, I haven't even checked that person out yet.
See, I promise you, when you go down that rabbit hole, you're going to be divinely inspired by his genius, his natural
Brother Panic. I was getting deep into Brother Panic, then he passed.
Yeah,
that's how it happens sometimes. Yeah,
you feel me? But the trifecta, it was Bobby, Dr. Blair, and Dr. Phil that kicked off
Dr.
this
Phil.
modern day revival. You feel me? And then you had the students, the Panics and whatnot, the Pillars, and other students, the Asirs, the Ducatit, you know, C. Freemanel, which
they would tell me about them guys, but we didn't have all this stuff. So if you wasn't in New York to see them, we didn't
when I
get
came from New York, Bobby Hemmett was the man who was making bomb ass chicken wings on wheat bread at a store named Stiegel's, which is a landmark store in the Atlanta College AUC, the Atlanta Clark AUC area, which will be Spelman, Clark, Morris Brown. There's a store named Stiegel's, and Bobby was the wingman, literally. And when I came in 1997, he had just left there and whatnot. So it's like Azazel Bey, who made transition from Harlem, who was also a teacher of Bobby's and brother Dawood, who was one of the first fire spitters, metaphysician out of New York. He made transition and whatnot. So it's so many unsung heroes that it's like we got to speak more people's names, and we have to, some of the new teachers, you got to be connected to a teacher. Too much rogue activity where people pop out and they're not connected to nobody, and they have this arrogance to where they don't even say the names of the people that preceded them, and they don't pedestal them. And I feel that I think that's egregious. You know, I think that's egregious. Anybody talking mushrooms and all of that psychonaut talk, and you're not saying Baba Kalindi's name, nigga, astaghfirullah. I don't care who you are. If you came from TikTok, TokTik, if you come out of Instagram, whatever portal you popped up, that just
these babies don't be knowing, man. I work with them all the time. They didn't even know who Bruce Lee was, man. Like Bruce Lee, you don't know who Bruce Lee is? Oh my goodness,
crazy. And we got supercomputers. So once again, you meet people where they at. You get with the creatives in your community and hope that they support you as a visionary. You build technology. You create products like coloring books. You do comic books. You make
got a lot of this stuff, man. I need help though.
All of the things that you got to get the attention of the demographic that you are aiming to talk to. So that's why the creative house is being created. That's why we're bringing our we're bringing some people together, but it's on the people. So on New Year's Eve, I hope to see the brothers and sisters. You don't got to be from Atlanta, because to be honest with you, sometimes it takes outside of a certain area. Sometimes it's going to take the people from the Carolinas, from Florida, to come and get what we got to offer.
That's true.
People in your town, they sleep on you. You know what I mean? They be like, I'll catch them another time and shit like that. You can't rely on that. So on New Year's Eve, we're gonna be kicking this thing off, and I look forward to seeing whoever now who want to hang out, now who want to take pictures. Like, them days are over with. We not at that point. The loaf of bread is $5. We don't have time to hang out and take pictures and be cute and shit. We need to build.
I don't see nothing wrong with it, but the business first.
Wrong. No, we do that afterwards. That comes with the whole situation. But first, we're gonna build. But on New Year's Eve, we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna toss it up. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna have fun because we made it this far, all of us. You know what I mean? So it's means for celebration, but then it's a time for business. It's a time for creativity. It's a time for discipline.
And that's what a lot of us don't do, the business part. Even in family reunions, they be thinking I'm crazy because I want to do business at family reunions. But I'm about the business, because it ain't all about having no fun and just come together. I understand that part. Even at Thanksgiving dinners and stuff, forget that, man. We can still do business. You got to learn how the mafia and them do this stuff, man. They do all that, but they take care of that business too. That's the bread and the butter.
Right.
Yeah, everybody should be doing that.
Right, because we're in a day and age where you can't be like, yo, we'll do this next time we get up. There is no next time. If you're there right now, then you do it. Imagine if you had Thanksgiving and they collected a pot to put it on. Hey, we're just gonna put all of the money in the pot. We're gonna buy some Bitcoins. I heard they was $3.
It's some families doing that, man, and it made me feel bad because they own it, man. I mean, they take vacations and stuff. They put, that's what I was looking. I'm like, I feel bad, man. I'm like, man, we need to do this type of stuff. They go to have their family reunion. They do the business. They have there's the music out there and all this stuff. Man, it's just amazing. But they put their money together. They do the business. I just felt so bad. Mm-hmm.
Yes, they
but
do.
I definitely know it's possible. It's some families doing it. They bought their stuff.
Right.
Need more though. Yeah.
Definitely need more.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, brother, for calling in. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it too, brother.
Keep
in this 2024.
Yeah, keep creating, keep being innovative. And
you're inspiring a lot of my music. You have inspired a lot of my music. Well, if you look through, you may hear some of your sayings up the titles of some of them. Because I got a lot
that's honorable. I appreciate that. You feel me? I
even wrote a comic book with you and your brother in it. I've been working, man. Ain't nothing else to do, man. That's why I said I gotta do some other things, man. Yeah.
All right. Well, tap in with us, man. Tap in with us.
Yes, sir. Will do. Yes, sir.
All right.
Assalamu alaikum.
Malaikum assalam. I just seen an article that said Odell Beckham leaves the Miami Dolphins. Like, all of these celebrities that have ties to these white parties are stepping down. That means that those tapes are making their rounds. You feel me? They're making their rounds. Oh, what a way to end the season. This season finale is going out with a super bang. We getting our moringa popcorn and sitting back and watching it. No judgment, heavy smudgement. And we're going to keep, cooking up and doing what we do. Family, the ticker that you see right there, Buy Me a Coffee, is a way to support the channel. Today we got good news. The channel has been monetized. Today we got good news. The channel has been monetize. You dig? So you're gonna be seeing commercials and shit like that. You know, you'll be able to leave super chats and you'll be able to show support in that way. And yeah, that's how we moving and whatnot. We're gonna have 10 channels in a few months, and all of them will be monetized, and all of them will be going, will have viral videos and things of that nature. Faceless channels with the AI Sora or other things like that, you know, just running it up. You know what I mean? We're easy printing money. That they printing money, y'all. I promise you. So, you know, we moving on up. That was done from being persistent. That was done from being consistent, and that was done from being supported. Y'all gave us the watch hours. Y'all help us push through the algorithm. You feel me? And y'all let YouTube know that this is a channel that they need to be shopping with and spend some money on. So with that being said, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light. Happy Friday the 13th. Saturday Night Live, Sacrilegious Sundays. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and support the channel through the Buy Me a Coffee link. Peace.
Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Facts. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red and blue, purple light, friends. Facts. Get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I open my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. We gon' put this shit on our back. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts. Peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.